Welcome. Hello, everybody. I first off want to start off by saying that, hang on a minute, microphone. I need a break. I'm trying to stay away from YouTube. I've tried. So, number one, it's not your fault if you send me a link and I click on it, because I should have more self-control than that. And with that being said, as far as I want to say that the reason that I need a break from YouTube, the reason that I need to, and for some reason I just can't help myself but to listen to more streams about myself. But I'm going to respond to this one in a more polite way, because Granny's watching deserves that, because I do like her. And this is why I can't click, because you have to respond to some things. And I have to respond to this because there's many things I heard on her stream today that are inaccurate. Not only that, but I hope you listen to this, Granny's watching, because I did just email you, I think 3 times to tell you some stuff. And looking in your chat, being on YouTube and a creator for quite a long time, almost 4 years, 3 years, I know how people flip-flop. Now, just because I've made peace with people in my heart, because that's what I want to do, like Natasha Cooper, that does not mean I'm hearing words on your stream like, oh, he's going to this camp or that camp, or no. When I make peace with people, it's because that's what feels good, and I don't like to fight with people. But I did see many people in your chat that were incredibly kind to me. And first of all, I never go to someone's channel to be accepted by their community of people. I go to a channel because I like people. If I like you, I'm going for you. I'm not going, to be like, oh my God, I need to belong to this community. I have my own wonderful group of not just a community of subscribers. Okay. I have a family here. I have an actual family that we fly out to see each other. We hug each other in person, and we've met on here. We just love each other. And I don't need to be accepted by any of that. So with that being said, I would like for you to gather around, and I'm just going to respond to some things. So gather around. No chance. No dance. No chance. No dance. No chance. Give me second chances. That's so cool! I won! Yay! Ow! Ow! Hi, Iris. I love you. I hope you're doing okay. Seems to be a Gemini thing right now, right, Iris? Any other Geminis going through a hard time? Because our horoscope was saying something of the sort. Voice for the voiceless. Ashley, I love you guys. Rosalie. So first off, let me say, sorry, I have a cough drop in, that outside of YouTube, first of all, I use my platform to do multiple different things. And it's about me, my life. It's about Robbie. It's not about trying to please or get, the acceptance of anybody else. I share my life with you guys. Now, a lot of people, when I open up about stuff, they weaponize that. But as somebody who's strong enough and brave enough to speak my mind and what I've gone through, I'm going to share that with you. Now, the whole reason that I need to remove myself from this toxicity, and clearly you guys can see it's not very easy to say, oh, I'm taking a break, and then I can't. After this live stream, I have to have enough self-control to turn fucking YouTube off completely and not look at it. because when I see things that are incorrect or need a response, it's like I always feel like I have to do that. And I'm going through a really hard time outside of YouTube right now. And that's all you're going to get from me as far as that. Because one thing I'm learning is it is not safe to completely open up about stuff on YouTube, because assholes will turn around and use it against you. And there's multiple people in Granny's chat today that here's the thing about this kind of crap is people treat, like, I would not expect you guys, and this whole thing is about this, but I would not expect you guys just to block someone out because I'm fighting with them, because I could make up with them. However, I'm not going to fucking be very nice to you if I see you talking shit about me. Now, I saw multiple people talking shit about me in her chat, just, random subscribers that were incredibly kind to me. And I have no reason to talk horribly about these people, but they flip on a dime. That is what a true flip-flopper is. I love you, Stacy. That is what a true flip-flopper is. As far as me, the whole reason that I'm upset is because I do show you guys my life and speak about it very openly. And there are channels like BX, like Captain Kangaroo, like AJ, who make a joke about your struggles. The whole point that I even brought up, because Granny's watching, you got very, very upset and offended, and your tone changed when I brought up the fact and the point, and this was not to bash your sobriety. It was to prove a point. I said, well, the whole thing about it is, why would you be accepting of people? And yeah, maybe, you're right. I should have emailed you first and let you know what's going on, because you probably don't see everything. But I expected you to know, because Granny's watching. You were in a chat where the whole chat talks about my sobriety. That channel does. True Helper does. And they support making jokes and making a mockery out of somebody's sobriety journey. Now, if you don't like someone, whatever. I cuss people out all the time. But if you're somebody I like, or who's supposed to like me, I would expect you not to engage in that. And that's what's hurtful. So that's the whole reason I brought up your sobriety stream that you did. Why do something like that if you're going to go and support people that are bashing it? That's the whole point of it. That was my question. And yes, I was wrong for not going to you privately and directly. So I'm just going to pull this up real fast. And because there's a few things I wanted to respond to, not only what she's saying, but in the chat. Hold on, let me pull it up. Okay. Just going to speed it up a little bit.
I'm not listening to what the fuck the topic is. I'm in there bullshitting in the chat room. Right. I'm either on the phone with somebody, I'm listening to music, I'm just doing my thing. Or there's somebody on panel that I can't stand listening to, so I mute the motherfucker, right? Just being real.
And there's Lycan there. First of all, let me say something about Lycan. Lycan goes community to community just to stir drama, okay? Because not even, what was it, a couple of months ago? I went into a chat and he was on the panel. He's like, Robbie, I really like you, just so you know. And, definition of flip-flopper. But there he is in the chat saying, why do gay guys have such a problem with Jess? Comments not deleted. It's accepted in there. I don't use my gayness. I don't weaponize my gayness against anything. I don't even use that. I joke about being gay most of the time because it's a very small part of me. So
I don't know. I don't like him.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm disappointed.
I didn't even realize that before. And you're laughing at that? You're laughing about gay guys? That's one of the most ignorant comments I've seen in your chat so far.
But instead of coming to me, you took some real cheap jabs, right? And I wouldn't have known, because I don't, the same way you're not over here in my chat room, I rarely visit yours, right? So were we even really friends for you to do all this?
Well, I mean, no, not really, Jessica. I mean, we've spoke in emails and stuff. Maybe we're getting to know each other, but yeah, we're not friends. I have great friends that I've met on here, and yeah, you're right. I would say that we are not.
I say no. Right, all the shit Natasha said about him, all the shit that he said about her, and vice versa. But I had a feeling that was going to be the case.
So I'm getting that, Jessica, that you're upset that I made peace with someone. That does not mean that I wouldn't like you. I can like Natasha and you. And here's the thing. Natasha and I, the way I look at her is she's like an older sister that pisses me off. And I told her that. You know, there's a lot of things that I disagree with, and I'm sure there's a lot of things she disagrees with about me, just like anybody. We don't all support everything we do. But in my heart, it felt right to make peace with someone, just like I would like to make peace with you over this. I don't like to fight with people. However, there's people that their purpose of coming on here is to stay fighting because it stirs things up, it gets people going, and that's what they like to do. And I've become consumed by that. And that's why I really, really need to get off of here after this. And I really need to take care of things in my life. Because again, yeah, like the person says in your chat, I am off the rails right now. This has become too much. I have become outside of YouTube, not the person that I want to be right now. So you are right. So hold it against me. I don't care. But I'm smart enough to acknowledge that and address it. I am off the rails. You guys have seen it. I am. There are people that will sit here and poke and poke and poke. So when I go off the rails and cuss you out, yeah, maybe I definitely shouldn't be doing that. But stop poking a bear.
Yeah, you did, Gary. A lot of people did, to be fair. But you certainly did, Gary. And I need to start listening to you. Well, not listening to you, but taking more, you know. But that's what my channel started out as, right? Anybody who was talked over by Natasha, you're welcome here. But I don't do this flip-floppy, let's go on a panel.
He says, I kind of warned about Save Robbie, but what do I know? Another person who is very nice and welcoming when I'd go in. So again, Jessica, from someone who's been doing this longer than you, let me give you some advice. All these people that you see flip-flopping in your chat on me and that have been incredibly kind, why didn't they just ignore me if they didn't like me when I went in? Why do they have to be fake? So what we're witnessing is these people in your chat that are flip-flopping all of a sudden just because you're talking poorly of me. They're flip-flopping and they're fake. And who's to say they're not going to do the same thing to you? Because they will. Trust me.
Talk shit type of thing. If I got a fucking issue, I come to you directly first. If you don't respond to me directly, then say what you got to say. But why not come to me, Robbie? Why sit?
Okay. I completely agree with you. I do. But if you're saying this, you're going against your own morals in what you're saying, Jessica, because yeah, I'm the one who said it in a live, like briefly, and you're going to pull it up in a minute. But why didn't you email me before you did this live stream? Stand up for what you're saying. If you don't want me doing that and you're saying, why didn't you come to me first? Why didn't you come to me before you did this? Same thing.
There like a little asshole and talk shit the way you did because your feelings got hurt. Yeah, well, I'm really disappointed in the stuff he was saying last night.
Sorry, I keep pausing, but as the chat's going up, this is some of the stuff I wanted to address. So Enchanted said, I said weeks ago that Robbie, Jax, and Siren will be back on Team Natasha in a few weeks. Again, let me tell you something. I'm a very independent person when it comes to my own thoughts, my own mind. I don't have teams. That mentality right there is the problem here on YouTube, is people think that just because you make peace with somebody or talk to them, that you're on a team or you're going back and forth. You guys are the ones making the teams. I'm not on team anything except for myself. And I think somebody said in your chat, Robbie's obsessed with himself. I sure the fuck am. I love the shit out of myself. And when I go through hard times, I pamper myself. I uplift myself. I make myself laugh. And yeah, I am obsessed with myself.
right, Keith? Because I thought he changed. I thought he was working on stuff. I thought he was doing good. But Robbie, to bring up my...
Again, I have to pause before she says this. I've often heard this. Robbie needs to change, or we accepted him here, or we accepted him and he was going to change and he promised and blah, blah, blah. Look, I don't owe anybody anything. I don't change for you or to be accepted by you. I recognize when I say bad stuff and mean stuff, just like I'm going to recognize I did say stuff about you because I've been upset. Again, I've been going through a hard time outside of YouTube and I've been off the rails. And it is disappointing when you see people that you like, welcoming or supporting. I'm not saying I would be mad if you're their friends. That's not it. But actively supporting in a chat, Jessica, where everybody in the chat's talking about my sobriety, that creator does. He said Laura's candles that she makes with my logo on it should smell like beer. Maybe you didn't know that. Okay. And I should have maybe went to you. But again, I have a lot of people contacting me on a daily basis. That's another reason I need to take a break from everything because it's really getting to me. So I apologize if I didn't reach out to you and let you know, but I literally, Locomai helps me with my emails. I get Messenger, text messages, all sorts of shit, and it's hard to keep up with. And I'm sure people do the same to you, Jessica, so you could understand that.
Sobriety. I'm not sober, by the way, I'm clean. And question it, and also insult True Helper on the basis of I was in a chat room? Okay. So...
Yes. That's why. Jessica, I've been in chats as well where I don't know what's going on, or maybe I'm busy and I'm just saying hi to people and I dip out because if I see someone live that I like, I want to pop in and show my support and say hi. But there's a lot of people that go live at the same time. So I'm usually in and out and I can understand that. But you were in there while they were actively talking about me. So I don't know, maybe you just had it on mute or had the volume down.
We're doing that now. So that's what we do. Because believe me, a lot of you fuckers support a lot of fuckers I don't support. You don't hear me crying on the stream about it. I'm so tired of this. People can fuck with whoever they want to fuck with. That's it. I don't...
That's true. However, I'm a person where look, my life and my well-being, again, I am obsessed with myself. I love myself. And when I go through a hard time or there's negative things, I fix it. No matter how hard it gets or rock bottom I get, I will always fix it. And because I'm a very motivated, optimistic person. And the last week, I have not been myself. It's been bad. But again, I'm not fucking opening up to you fuckers about shit anymore because you use it against me.
Any loyalty to any of you. If you're not fucking me, you're not feeding me, you're not financing me, I owe you no type of loyalty. Let's get that straight. Right, it was all float. And then to say about me just wanting to grow my channel?
Here's another one. The comment she highlighted here. YouTube's pest. This is a perfect example. This person has been all up in my chats, very supportive, very nice, very kind. And here she is talking shit for no reason. That is the definition of flip-flopping right there. I had no reason to not like this person until seeing something like this. So Jessica, you're right. You cannot trust people. I trust people that I love, that I met on here, that is my true family. I don't call them my community because I don't just need them for subscribers or money or anything. They are my family. We are there for each other outside of YouTube all the time. And that's another reason it's hard to keep up on the other messages and emails and stuff, because I have a pretty big family that we've created that we all love and support each other. And we've gotten in arguments. Next morning, wake up and love each other just more than we did the day before. So when you have somebody like YouTube's pest, that is simply, to me, she was just a subscriber. Well, she's just a flip-flopping subscriber now because I did nothing wrong to her. And here she is. She has no problem just talking shit.
Just wanted to grow my channel? Listen, that's not what it is. I mean, it is what it is. Who doesn't start a channel with the idea to grow it? But talking down on me like I'm a fucking moron, like I don't know I need to pay taxes. You know what I do know? I don't need to make PayPal funds.
Well, okay, Jessica, I understand. And that was a dick move of me to say, I hope they tax the fuck out of you. That was a dick move of me. So I apologize for that. I'll own that. Not another T channel, which she's very unbiased, but I need to correct her on a number of things. But let me.
These other channels. So I figured to keep the peace. And again, not even me thinking about myself, but more so about for others. I figured, you know what?
So when this conversation was going on, the only reason I was in that chat room is because Seth went up there and was lying about me again. You went up there and you lied about me again.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. And again, I don't know anything about that. So I apologize. But in this particular moment, I mean, they weren't talking about you. They were talking about me. And you were in there, so.
I wasn't listening to what the fucking panel was saying because all it was to me at that point was word salad. I didn't know who, what, when, and where.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, very problematic, apparently. But like the whole, like, Granny's watching, I'm not supporting you. What are we, fucking 12, Robbie?
Hold on a minute. I do have to point something out. Granny's watching, and I am going to, this is just my observation. And this is why, you know, there's a lot of streams I stopped going into with Natasha, or you probably noticed even with you, and people probably are not going to, they do it to me. They email me and say, until you're done with your drama stuff, I'm not coming back. And that's understandable. But Jessica, every stream you've had, I mean, not every, but the majority, you're going off about somebody. Now it's me, you know, it's Natasha or Dorothy, or you're always going off on somebody. And I understand because I've been doing that lately. People have been pissing me off, but the majority of your content is being pissed off at people all the time. So I think you could understand with your statement of, what are we, 12? You do that on a daily basis. So ask yourself that as well.
And then you let your friend take little cheap shots at me, but that's cool too because
Amy messaged me today and told me to tell you she was not talking about you. I think maybe it was word salad to you at that point and you weren't listening.
Just another one on the list. Kim, you're also no longer.
I hope they tax the fuck out of you, to be honest.
Yeah, see how petty you are, Robbie? This is why people don't fuck with you, because you're petty. You are so petty. You can't control your.
Hold on a minute. I can't control my emotions, but Jessica, again, you have to reflect on yourself. Every stream, you're screaming at people like you're doing now. This is normal for you. Okay? So you should be able to understand that when I'm upset, yeah, I get petty. I fucking cuss people out. Again, like I said last night. And I stand by this. Listen, I'm a very peaceful person, and I always offer that form of communication to speak. And last night, going on panel, and I mentioned you, yeah, that was wrong of me. And I own that and admit it. But I am always willing to talk to people. And that's what I've done to all of my troll channels, reached out. They deny that and choose not to do that. So, yeah, Jessica, I think you could understand that people get pissed off. And I get pissed when you poke the bear. And I stand by what I said last night. If you're going to hurt my feelings and you won't stop, normally I'm going to hurt your feelings in return, but I'm going to get the job done. And that's just how it is. That's why I don't like to fight with people, because I will hurt your feelings. It is one of my strengths. And it's also a flaw because it gets me in trouble. But when people don't back the fuck up, yeah, I'm going to be a dick. And you can understand that, Jessica, right? Because you're always ranting about somebody different on your channel.
Your emotions, and you try to go as low as you can go. I mean, it's exactly why I stopped supporting you to begin with.
And I hope they tax the.
No shit, they're going to tax the fuck out of me. It's fucking America, bruh. They're taxing the fuck out of everybody. Now, if you're not making enough to get taxed the fuck out of.
Okay, well, that part, I mean, you are pretty triggered by that, because I did mention that in your chat like a while ago and you got very concerned. So yeah, I was warning you because you clearly didn't know that before. And you should know, and anybody should know, if you're making money on YouTube, make sure you're setting money aside, because you're going to have to owe on all of that at the end of the year. And I think maybe this upsets you. I don't know.
Understand, but some of us are doing just fine on here.
Honestly, I mean, you don't go and do what these people are doing. Jessica's like on 60-something fucking videos and thinks that she has no problem.
I'm on 60-something videos and think that I have a problem. What was the timestamp of this originally? Because I know one of you told me and I missed.
Jessica. Okay. I understand your confusion now because she said Jessica. First of all, Jessica, Amy is not a creator. I know, like, later on in this video, you go to her channel, you're like, oh yeah, see, she's just trying to build. Amy's been around for a long time and she's not a creator. She has a channel to comment on things. She is going through an issue with Jessica with a K. That's her channel, Jessica with a K. She is not talking about you, Jessica. I'll even pull up the channel in a minute to show you. It's Jessica with a K, who has just come back to YouTube, and she has been going at it with Amy. So yeah, no, that's a misunderstanding.
Now I'm not sure unless I play it this way, but I don't want to do that. What's his problem now? Right, I pay my taxes, right?
Sorry, guys, I haven't been reading chat.
Melanie,
Thank you, Rachel.
how you doing? So I forget where this all started out. I thought it
Tia.
was the 120 mark, but now I'm realizing maybe it was earlier on, and somebody was just sparing me from your
If he really
bullshit.
wanted to do that, why hasn't he done it?
Because he's a pussy.
Well, instead of talking about it online. I'm
Right. So this is what the conversation was about last night, right? This is real mature and cool.
going up and call.
Yep, and it's very easy. Yeah, Granny, she's not talking about you, but I can understand. That, and here we are. Look, YouTube's pest. She always kissed my ass before, and here she is saying, living in a basement with a hamster. Okay, what would be wrong if I did live in a basement? And I don't. My aunt and I have a condo together, and it's very nice, and we love living together. And I love my hamster, YouTube's pest. YouTube's pest, didn't you always request videos of Carol, my hamster, before? And doesn't Jessica live in a basement too? So why would that be okay to take a dig about somebody's living situation? So it's okay for you guys to attack. And can you understand why I need to take a break from YouTube? Because you get comments like that daily. You get people trashing you daily. You're a loser. You're a junkie. You're a drunk. You live with your hamster. You live in a basement. You don't have a job. You don't this. You don't shut the fuck up, YouTube's pest. What the fuck do you do? What's your living situation? You live on a fucking high horse over there in a fucking castle, YouTube's pest? You are the biggest fucking two-faced little cunt that I've seen on here. And yeah, you are a fucking cunt, YouTube's pest. So don't ever fucking come back to my channel again, bitch. Ever. And you're going to stab Jessica in the back, just like it's so easy for you to do here. So YouTube's pest, you can suck my dick. And it's a good one, bitch. Yeah, I'm being petty. Fucking clip that. Jeff's mom knows. Her and I got in a fight. By morning, we said, love you.
And I don't even know what your issue is with these people, but it's not my issue. It's not my issue. I don't know what your issue is, but it's not.
And guess what, Jessica? Granny's watching. Your issue with Natasha and all these people that you drag on a daily basis is not our issue either. Okay? Why don't you get back to doing your streams on what you said you were going to do, true crime, and you were going to do all this other stuff as well? Is it because nobody gives a fuck about that, Jessica? Because that's what I think. I think you get a thrill and you get off and you enjoy dragging people on a daily basis. It probably gives you some sort of high to do that.
Not mine.
Yeah, and it was like we got heated as fuck.
Oh, no shit.
Don't start again.
Where's the part about me come in? Because there's only so much I can listen to this. And so what if I'm on 60 panels? Okay, I'm on 63. What does that matter? I don't even go.
Jessica, that was not about you. That was about Jessica with a K. So calm the fuck down. Okay? Just like you say, I'm off the rails. You sound like you're going off the rails just from that. Just from your tax thing. Just from me bringing up a point of why would you support people that bash sobriety when you support being clean and sober? You think that that's good? Let me ask you a question. Granny's watching. And I want you to respond to this either in an email or answer my question. Sorry, guys, I've been coughing. Do you support and do you think it's healthy, okay, to support people who are going after people and making a joke out of their sobriety? Do you think that's safe for the person that they're joking about? And do you think that's safe for the people in recovery or the people that are struggling that are listening in the chat? Do you think that's okay? Can you understand why somebody would get upset when people do that? Just like you're getting upset and triggered over taxes and your sobriety as well? Because you seem pretty triggered when I brought up your sobriety to bring a point. So what's the difference between mine and yours? Or anybody else listening that's going through sobriety struggles? That is my whole point. I would like you to answer that question with logic, please, because there is no logic in supporting people that do that if you are very vocal about being sober yourself.
Go on panels. The only time I went on panels was when it was against Dorothy. I'm not out here panel hopping.
There's honest, I mean, you don't go and do what these people are doing. Jessica's like on 60 something fucking videos and thinks that she has no problem.
Nobody gives a fuck about the shit she's been posting from like how long ago.
Oh,
Okay. Oh, look, dippity doo, another person that kissed my ass. Robbie is disgusting. Well, fuck off then. Jessica, I understand the confusion, and I understand now. Now it makes sense why you're so angry, and I do get it, and I can relate. Okay, now that I'm listening to this more, you are getting upset because you think we're continuing to talk about you, saying, "Oh God, yeah, fuck, she does 60 videos and this and that." At this point, we're talking about Jessica with a K, who Amy and her have been going. It's just, it's bad right now. And that's who we're talking about. But let me continue because I want to see how long we talked about her, because that would make sense why Granny's so upset.
I
Who cares?
know, but you know, I can debunk everything she's saying.
I
But
know
you know,
you can.
it's just the thing is though, is that there's something really wrong with these people.
is she talking about me? Because I don't even know at this point.
No, she's not. Hold on. In a minute, I'm going to show you the channel she's talking about.
I wish I knew, but I don't, because I don't know who she is. I don't know who M is. I don't know. Okay. So apparently this person, who I don't know who you are, but I'm sure if I look it up, you are a failed channel and you're jealous. Let me check it out. How much you got?
She's never started a channel. She's not a content creator. She doesn't do that.
I just want to bet that this is somebody who has a channel that hasn't grown and hasn't done anything. That you're clocking my travels around YouTube.
And her name is Amy, not M. I don't know what she's looking up here.
And there's something wrong with people like you when you sit on panels that a channel that doesn't get views and you talk shit. Okay, there it is. Yep. Good try.
I don't know what channel she looked up, but Amy doesn't have a channel. I think she looked up M. I don't know what she's doing.
Good try. Just as I suspected. But let's carry on.
And I'm just gonna say it. There's something wrong with Kelly being an advocate and allowing this shit to go on her channel.
Yep.
She's legally responsible for what happens to her channel. That is her platform.
There it is in the chat. Dippity doo, someone else who kissed my ass. Robbie is obsessed with Robbie. You bet your ass. I am, and I love myself, and I take care of myself, and I comfort myself, and I make myself laugh. And that's why I'm not a miserable person. Do I go through hard times? Absolutely. But I am always optimistic that I can fix my issues and get out of them through Christ. That's who I've been leaning on for a very long time. And the devil's been attacking me lately, but you know what? I'm going to get back on my feet, dust myself off, and keep moving on. And you guys can keep making a joke out of everything in my life, and you can all kiss my ass. That's why I'm pissed off about it. Yep.
So wait, calling people CUNTs and all this other shit, that's okay?
Oh, yeah. Yep. When I get pissed and you poke me and you stab me in the back and I'm going to call you whatever the fuck I want to. Am I proud of doing it all the time? No, because sometimes I'm in the wrong. But if you poke me long enough, yeah, I'm going to call you a cunt. If that's what you are. Yeah, here you are having Lycan all up in your shit. Do you know how vulgar this dude is, Jessica? So please shut the fuck up about that.
That's all like not you're so you guys are so superior, right? Morally superior. As you sit there and talk shit, right? Scream abusive. I mean, yeah, you're all better. Thank you, Dave.
What do you expect people to do, Jessica? When people poke at you and do stuff to you, you get pretty damn angry. I express my emotions differently than you. I haven't really heard you cuss and stuff, but you rant nonstop. So you can understand anger and emotions because you're emotional every day on your channel. Every time I've clicked on you, you are going on an emotional rant all the time. And I can understand that because I've done that multiple times on my channel, but I fucking try to focus on other stuff on my channel. Different shit. And we get consumed in this bullshit drama. And that's why I need a reset. And you should probably take one too, Jessica.
G, I really appreciate that. Thank you. And I know Alex does as well.
And to everybody else that goes in there, don't fucking come back to my channel or message me. Yeah, I mean that. If you go in willingly to BX or any of these channels and you willingly know that someone is bashing sobriety and stuff that's dangerous and can be harmful to people, do not come back to my channel. Don't. Oh, and there's Irvin, the little bitch in the chat. Irvin is one of the biggest I'm just going to say creepers of women that I've seen in chats. That's all he does. And you know what I'm talking about privately, Irvin. You're disgusting.
Here it comes.
You know, don't try to interact with me outside.
Hold on 1 second, guys.
And Lycan's all in there. Robbie voted for Trump. Fuck yeah. Trump 2024, you little bitch. Trump 2024. Damn proud of it. Is Robbie back to licking Coop's ass? See, look, these people bitch and scream and complain about, oh my God, this person's terrible and this person's that. And as soon as they see somebody do something positive and be peaceful, they have a problem with it and they say, oh, he's licking ass or whatever. This goes to show that you guys enjoy staying in arguments with people. You guys enjoy conflict. And how dare
Nothing like
you,
50 million fucking harassing phone calls coming through. Somebody's scared.
how dare you make peace with somebody? Oh my God, you're disgusting. Now you're on Natasha's side. Now you're in Natasha's camp, or you make peace with Molly Golightly. How dare you? Oh my God. Don't be peaceful. We shout all the time that we hate mean people, but don't be nice. So what the fuck is it? Do you like nice people or do you like mean people? Make up your fucking mind. Get off your fucking fence of that shit. Outside of YouTube or on it, Granny's watching, any of you, don't. Because
you know what, Robbie? Don't mind if I don't. Don't mind if I don't. But also don't think you're going to...
I won't mind. I won't mind. But, okay, let me just say something, Granny's watching. When you said your name was like different before, I think you said your screen name was Jessica Lynn before a long time ago. And you're like, remember I used to go in your chats all the time. I actually fucking don't remember that. So you won't be missed. You weren't missed then when you left because I didn't even notice, and you won't be missed now. If you're going to be like this, you won't. I don't care about that. Period. And I agree. Lycan is a bitch. Lycan is, I mean, he's one of those shock value people where he's not on YouTube to be himself. He wants to be shock value and say the most crazy stuff. And here's Jessica, Granny's watching, bitching about me saying the word cunt. Do you listen to Lycan's channel, Jessica? Because again, you seem to be pretty unaware of the people you're surrounding yourself with. You're not aware that people bash sobriety and you're all about sobriety. Clearly, you're not aware that Lycan is a fucking idiot pig. You're surrounded by him. You're surrounded by all these backstabbers that will flip-flop on the flip of a dime. And here you are ranting. Guess what, Jessica? You rant about everyone on your channel. And these people in your chat, one day, it's probably going to be soon, you're going to be ranting about Lycan. You're going to be ranting about this YouTube spit. Like, you're going to rant about everyone. That's what you do, in my opinion, an observation.
Approach me on YouTube talking shit, and I'm not going to approach you back because we could have handled it like adults. I could have emailed you. Matter of fact, your friend was nice enough to email me, and I responded back to your friend, wait, what's even going on? Because I don't know what's going on. I don't know.
You don't know, so maybe you should. Again, be aware of the people you surround yourself with, especially on here, Jessica. Okay? Because they're not good people. But you'll learn that eventually. You're going to be on here ranting about Callie the advocate because Callie stabs everyone in the back. You're going to be ranting about True Helper. You're going to you rant about everyone. These are not good people. Okay? You may think I'm a dick just because I cuss people out and call them cunts or whatever, but that's because they are cunts. And they will stab you in the back. I'm a nice fucking person, and I know that. But mean people piss me the fuck off. And that's what I'm trying to get away from. Completely. So that's why I'm getting away from you, because the more I'm listening to you here, Jessica, you are not very smart about your surroundings, and you should be. But again, maybe that's why you surround yourself with these people. Maybe you do actually know that they bring a lot of conflict and drama, but again, that's what your channel's about. That's all I see or anyone sees on your channel. Jessica, please go look. You were talking about my content earlier. Robbie's going downhill or this or that. Go look at all of my content since I started my channel. Okay? I do a lot of good shit. And that's what I'm on here to do. Now, go and compare, since you want to talk about my content, go look at all your content, Jessica. Listen to all the shit that you say on a daily basis, and it is all conflict with other people. You started your channel because you want to yell about Natasha Cooper on a daily basis. Yeah, Natasha Cooper's done a lot of shit I don't agree with too. And I engaged in a lot of that shit because I was pissed off at her. But then the whole reason that I spoke to Natasha Cooper and said, hey, Natasha, I don't agree with what you're saying about Miss Portland on a daily basis. And I wanted to let you know because I'm your friend. And I just want to let you know I can't support that. And we got in a fight. And that was it. But as far as you, I'm seeing the same shit that I was seeing over there. I like you, Jessica. You're a likable person. But on a daily basis, it does get very toxic when all you're listening to. I used to listen to Joyce Meyer when I first woke up every morning. But listening to you on a daily basis, ranting, that's why I really haven't gone in there anymore. A lot of your chats. I love Country Joe too, but I've had to back out of there. I love Natasha, but I had to back out of hers because it's toxic. I have enough of my own bullshit. I don't want to fucking hear you crying and ranting every day. And I'm sure people don't want to hear me crying and ranting every day. That's why you can check out most of my content is not like this. But again, Save Robbie is my fucking channel about me. If you're going to talk about me or piss me off, if you guys don't like the emotions that I have and you can't take me for who I am in every emotion unconditionally, then fuck off. I don't give a fuck.
You motherfuckers. Hold on real quick.
Here we go. Here's another one. Here's a couple other ass kissers that have kissed my ass and then all of a sudden talking shit. Robbie hasn't accepted himself yet. Anyone can see he's faking it until he makes it. Sadly, he isn't going to make it. He's getting restless behind the image he shows on YouTube. Have we met? New account? Who dis? Have we met? I don't fucking know you. And you don't fucking know me. But I'm confident. And that's why I come on here. And I have no problem showing my flaws, admitting my flaws. I don't give a fuck. You can take me or leave me, and I really don't give a shit. But again, new account, who dis, don't come over and kiss my ass when you flip-flop on Jessica or anybody else. Because it's important to see the subscribers that so easily flip-flop. And here we are with a, hold on. Here we are with a stab at sobriety right here in the chat. You see that? Spooky says, Robbie, don't make me say Miller time, bro. Right in Jessica's chat. And Jessica, I'm sorry, Spooky, were you in Jessica's sobriety stream by any chance? Were you in there? I don't know if I saw you in there. But Jessica, just so you know, here's a bash at sobriety in your chat, and it's perfectly okay. I don't see they were timed out. The comment's still here. Your moderators are perfectly okay with it. And Megan VR, I think you left a comment on my video this morning on my other channel saying, I'm disappointed in you, blah, blah, blah. Well, Megan VR, I'm disappointed in you because here you are with a wrench in her chat and there's a bash at sobriety right there. I don't see you deleting it. You're perfectly okay with it. And here's another one. AA, as usual, was pissed. Oh, okay, never mind. I thought they were taking a jab at AA. But yeah, Megan VR, fuck off. I don't give a fuck if you're disappointed in me. I'm disappointed in you for not fucking deleting that comment and Jessica allowing it and it being perfectly okay to bash sobriety. Not only on other channels, Jessica, that you support, but now it's in your chat and you're okay with it.
Fucking annoying. Okay, so you guys are cute. All right, let's carry on.
There's Megan VR. You don't give a fuck about. And Granny's watching. I'm going to give you a link, Megan VR. Why is it okay? Explain to me why you have a wrench. You're disappointed in me. Oh, I'm disappointed in Robbie. Well, you know what, Megan VR? I don't give a fuck, okay? Because I go through a lot of shit on here and off of here, and I'm going to speak my mind. But how dare you sit there and say shit like that? And you're perfectly okay with people bashing sobriety with a fucking wrench. So you can take a link and come up here and explain to me why you're so disappointed, and we can go from there. Because I'll tell you exactly why I'm disappointed in you. And I barely fucking know you. Okay? So take that link and come up here, and you can defend yourself or explain yourself.
Like,
You literally talk about your sobriety journey all the time, but you let True Helper on your panel and Kelly. Not only that, but you were in here. Look.
Let me ask you something.
Let me ask you something. Why is your moderators not fucking timing this shit out? This bashing. Let's see. I can honestly say, oh, fuck you, Froggy. I don't give a shit. Oh, good. Here we go. We're going to pull this up. Hold on 1 minute. Here we go. Is that you, Megan?
Yep.
Okay. Why are you disappointed in me? Let's go from there.
So I'm disappointed just because of the behavior that I saw last night. So I for a while I stopped watching you because of the way that you were toward women and the way that you just portrayed yourself. And then I started seeing a change and decided to sub and start watching again. Got a lot of shit for it. From AJ and others who were trying to convince me otherwise. And I fought against that several times and decided that I was going to see for myself. So I did. And last night, it took me back to what I saw previous. That's what I'm disappointed in.
Okay.
Because
can I ask you why
truly
you're
believed
bringing
you were doing
gender
better.
into this?
Okay, you're right. I absolutely
Because if you watched last night, I
believe
was
that.
talking mostly about men. I was talking about BX and True Helper. So please don't
You're
pull
right.
that women card because it doesn't work with me. I
You're
could
absolutely
use the
right.
same thing and say people are bashing me because I'm gay, which
Nope.
they were doing in that chat. So it's not about women. I treat people the way that I want to be treated. And Megan, I think you can witness and see on here, there's a lot of people that attack people. So there is only so much people can take before they snap. I've got to my snapping point a number of times, and I did not look at what genitals or gender somebody had before I snapped on them. It had nothing to do with that. And
Nope.
I'm very sick and tired of hearing the women card because it doesn't work with me.
No, I completely agree. Because I said the same thing to Tira, actually, when she used to talk about men bashing women. So I used to say the exact same thing.
Right.
So, but because I've seen other women do the same. But regardless of the gender, the way that you were speaking last night brought me back to the reason that I unsubscribed from you before. That's why I said that I was disappointed.
Okay.
And I feel like with Jessica specifically, that you expected her to know your past situation and your history with True Helper. And that's not fair. Just like you said that she didn't know about, or that you didn't know about her and Seth. It's the same thing.
Exactly. And I addressed that earlier in the stream when I said I can take accountability for that. But I mean, have you never snapped in your life? Have you never been pushed to a boiling point?
I have, but not to that point. Not to the level of some of the things that you were saying, no.
Well, can you give an example?
Like you went as low as you possibly could and saying the C word and then talking like I only listened to the very beginning when you were talking about Kelly and I think True Helper at the same time. When you're talking about them in the very beginning, and then I couldn't hear much more after that. And I didn't even hear the part about Jessica until today.
So I don't know if you follow Kelly. Just a couple of weeks ago, Kelly, she deleted it. I wish she'd put it back up so you could hear it. She was saying the C word nonstop going off on Dorothy. I don't know if you heard that or not, but in my opinion, the C word, I'm not sorry. And I'm going to disagree with you as far as that being as low as you can go. If people are cunts, I do call them cunts. And I know a lot of people don't like that word, or you're like, oh my God, you're attacking women. Well, guess what? I am a really nice person, and people have pushed me to my boiling point. And I could have gone lower. I could have said some really horrible, mean shit, which I've done before. And I don't like going there. And I don't like calling people cunts. I don't like getting to the point of cussing people out. But Kelly is not innocent. She was spewing that word out when we were friends. I was texting her a couple weeks ago. I'm like, dude, calm down. Do you need to talk? That word was flying out of her mouth.
So honestly, the last I heard about you and Kelly was that y'all were friends. So no, I didn't see that. I don't watch Kelly that often. She's actually new to me, and the only reason that I know anything about her is with the whole Dorothy situation. But I haven't. I've watched one live of hers, and that was about Dorothy, and she wasn't. She was actually calm in that one. But as far as, it wasn't just the word, it was the way things were. And I don't want to say exactly what it was because I don't like, I like saying things verbatim, and I would have to go back and listen to exactly what it was. But all I know is it was enough to make me be like, I can't watch this. And
I
it just
understand
made,
that. My mom does the same thing. She doesn't like that either.
yeah.
She backs out and she won't come in, and she'll message me and be like, I really wish you wouldn't talk about this stuff. But what a lot of people don't realize is, there's some people that come on here to entertain, and I do that. I love to laugh with people and stuff, but I'm a vlogging channel as well. Like I vlog and I talk about my life via live stream because I don't really vlog recording. And there's a lot of things that I don't talk about when people attack me. And when I feel like things need to be addressed, I do it. And I have people, my family on YouTube, like my YouTube family, tell me, don't do it. Just talk to me privately. And, there's a lot of times where I should have just not come on here and spoke to them privately and did a private StreamYard so I don't get to my boiling point. I don't, do you have a channel?
No.
Okay.
I've thought about doing one, but seeing all this makes me not want to. So
Well,
no.
yeah, and I wish that wouldn't discourage you because there's so many good moments on here that make it worthwhile. And like I said earlier, I mean, this has been a place where that has really helped me. And I don't rely on people to be like, oh my God, I need help. Help me, with my mental state. It's therapeutic to come on here and open up about my life. But people have weaponized that. And I'm going through a hard time right now with some stuff. And I'm not even going to talk about that anymore publicly, even though it helps. And it's because people weaponize that. And, and the other part about it is, people will say, oh my God, you live in your aunt's basement, you're an alcoholic and all this. It's like, dude, do you know how many people have been struggling and not even lived in a basement, end up homeless because addictions or other problems? That's the whole reason I'm upset, Megan, is because people make a joke out of it. But what if I am struggling?
I agree.
I
don't like
I'm a
that.
bad person for struggling. I'm a bad person for going through a hard time.
No, you're not. And I don't like those comments either. I really don't.
That's why I'm
I don't
upset
make those
about it.
myself. And I'm sorry that you're going through that. I'm seeing it a lot around here lately. People are finding little things about their life and throwing it out against them. And it's bullshit. And I'm not going to name any other creators, but when a creator does do that, what they don't realize is that there's many people that are in their chat that are probably going through the same thing or worse. And so it's kind of like a slap to the people that are in the chat that have to secretly like keep that to themselves now and have trouble talking about it because other people may use that against them too. And it's just not right.
Yeah, and I mean that's the whole reason I've been upset is because, and it's a joke to people, and that's the whole reason I get upset about people that I like because it's very confusing. It's confusing reading Jessica's chat. All these people that were very nice to me, and all of a sudden, like this is what they thought about me the whole time. That's fake. I don't.
Yeah.
You guys may not like when you see me in my bad moments, but I'm not fake. I'm not going to be fake. I don't do that. And yeah, my mom doesn't like it. You don't like hearing me cuss. You're going to unsubscribe or you don't like me anymore because I went on a rant and hurt someone's feelings. Well, I have a problem with the way I act on my emotions a lot of the time. And I say that often. That's one of my flaws is I get, in my emotions and I don't sleep on stuff. And that's something that I'm working on. But I'm also going through other things that I'm not even going to fucking tell people anymore, except my friends, because it's pointless.
And I'm sorry it has
That's
to be
the
that
whole
way.
reason I'm upset. I like Jessica. I like all these people, but it's confusing. Let me ask you a question, Megan. If you, whatever your struggles have been, if you've ever had one,
Oh yeah, all the
and you
time.
see people on a daily basis, which most of the time I don't even talk about it. I tolerated. I was almost sober for a whole year last year, and every day I tolerated people making a joke out of it nonstop, and they still do. Even though, I relapsed back in June of last year, and yeah, I drink every now and then now, and I've been drinking a lot more lately in my downtime. I have, and I've been in my emotions, and people make a joke out of that. But what if whatever it is your flaw is, you see on a daily basis, but not only that, then you see people that you thought you had some sort of friendship with, or they liked you, and you see them over there supporting it. That's what I'm upset about. And I understand Jessica, just like myself, probably gets flooded with messages all day. So do I, or is probably friends with so many people that go live. So, you'll go live to live just saying hi to people and jumping out. I get it. But when people know that people are doing that, and it's almost like once they see you're upset about it, or like I snapped on Kelly and I was like, Kelly, this is you're my friend. This is confusing to me. And she makes it sound like, oh, Robbie was just cussing me out and yelling at me. It didn't start that way. I was confused, and I was waiting for a logical answer of why she's supporting that when she's an advocate. And that's why our friendship ended. And what did she do? She goes right on BX's panel, and not even a week or two ago, she was texting me saying, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize I was in BX's chat. Oh my God. Yeah, no, I'm not going to be there if he bashes your sobriety. And there she is on his panel, just out of spite.
So the thing is, okay, so let me rewind a little bit. So one thing that I've seen that I keep talking about or trying to talk about is that there's a lot of creator relationships. And what I don't like is that it seems like in this community, I'm just going to talk about this community alone. The creators will fight, they'll hate each other for a little bit, then they'll make up. And what happens is the subs are like it's like a ping pong table, because they don't know who to support. They're getting trashed for being, they were fine in this chat when the two creators were getting along, but now that they're in this chat when the creators are not getting along, all of a sudden they're a problem. And it's not fair. It's not fair to the subs at all. And yes, we only see what's going on. And I'm speaking as a sub, we only see what's going on in the forefront. We have no idea what's going on behind the scenes, right? Yeah. So when pieces are made behind the scenes, or when arguments happen behind the scenes, or shit talking happens behind the scenes, that's stuff that we don't know about. And subs are judging based on just what they're seeing. But you guys have a lot more to the story because of what you guys have talked about in emails or phone calls or whatever. And I think there's been a lot of expectation on the subs to know what's going on. And that's not the case. And it's not fair. And it's also not fair when you have creators as friends, right? And then like when you and Kelly were friends, everything was fine. Like Jess could go and talk to Kelly and it wouldn't be a problem. But now that you and Kelly are having an issue, Jessica is supposed to know that. And she's supposed to not talk to Kelly because of something Kelly said to you. And that's not right. And it's just like the situation that happened with Natasha, you and Siren. You and Natasha had issues. Siren was put in the middle. And it's not right. It's just not right. And I feel like there's a lot of that going on. And I wish that it would stop, because I feel like with all there's been such a shift in like the allies and foes between creators that it's just causing a huge problem. And it's just not right. It's not fair.
Yeah. And I think maybe my words are being confused, because last night, I could see why Jessica was getting angry. She thought that when we were continuing and Amy was saying the name Jessica, she's talking about Jessica with a K, not Jessica, because she's having a big problem with the channel Jessica with the K right now. So I think that she was confused and thought we were talking about her. Not only that, but I think the confusion also is I don't want people to not be friends with someone. I just would prefer, and I think it just is kind of like an unspoken rule when you're friends with somebody, or I know that word is weird because I guess we're not friends, we're associates or whatever on YouTube. I don't know what to call it. I guess it's not a friendship, but when you see them, supporting or actively in a chat, I wouldn't care if, and I see it all the time, people go to channels that maybe I don't get along with and, they enjoy them. And I don't have a problem with that, but it's just confusing when you see people actively engaging in a chat while you're being like dragged. And not only that, it's sobriety, and these people are advocates for that kind of stuff. And that's why I get upset, is because I've been in that situation before. I was in Science Girls chat, and her and Laura, Life Perplexed, they don't get along. Or no, I was in Laura's chat, sorry. And they don't get along. And I went in, I said hi, and Laura was talking about mean people on YouTube. And I was contributing to the conversation. I was like, yeah, these assholes need to stop, and, just engaging. And I realized she was talking about Science Girl, who I also enjoy. So I immediately left the chat and I messaged Science Girl, so there was no confusion. I'm like, dude, I had no idea. I'm so sorry. But I get it. Sometimes you don't know. But
can I ask you a question? I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, it's okay.
Okay. So the reason that she brought up Natasha was because Natasha made a big deal on yesterday on her live to make it clear that you two made a peace, which is fine. I completely agree with. I don't have anything bad to say about that. I wish that more creators would have peace.
Mm-hmm.
But Jessica's upset because, there's been a lot going on recently with her coming at her and this stuff with Glenn and the doxing, and Natasha literally saying that she will give all of the information that she has on Jessica over to Glenn to attack her. And so when she hears that, she's been supporting you, especially after that whole breakup. Oh, she can speak for herself. Yes. I'm not watching chat. So she can explain that better.
I didn't see that, and I would never want to, just so it's clear, I would never want to brag about having peace with somebody to hurt somebody else, because that is it's contradictory to being peaceful. So I would not want to brag and be like, haha, Granny's watching, I made peace with Natasha, or I wouldn't want to do that. The whole point of peace is so that you don't have that weight of anger on you. So yeah. I don't know what that is, and I definitely don't support them going after her, and I didn't know that, and I don't know that, so I'm sorry for that.
And it's part of what I'm talking about, is that you don't always know what's going on. So that she gets upset when she's like, well, wait a minute, you're coming after me for this, but this is going on, and it kind of looks hypocritical. So and I'm not saying that you did know about that. It's just, just how it looked. And is there someone else?
Yeah, is that you, Jessica?
Am I echoing? Oh, it's me. Yeah.
Oh,
sorry.
Okay, good.
Hey, should I drop down now so you can talk?
No, you could say either way. It's fine.
Okay, I'll mute.
Okay, I'll let you talk, Jessica.
Yeah, so the way you didn't know about what I'm going through is the same way I don't know about what you're going through, right?
Yeah.
You're bringing up the fact that I'm also in recovery. Well, when I'm in recovery, first thing I have to do for my mental health is log off. The only reason I was at Kelly's is because Seth had brought me up. I had the chat going, and I had the panel muted. I was listening to music and I was on the phone. I had no idea the conversation included you, was about you, any of it. So to wake up today and no email, nothing personal to me, but I see you're saying everything you were saying about me. It was like, and knowing that you and Natasha made up, you know how many people have made an alliance with Natasha to go against me? You know how many people are fucking with my real life at this point? So it was kind of like, well, here's another one. You know what I mean? Like, here it is. Like, you tagged my name. Here's 300 views and let's go at it. It's like one of those things. And I'm also in sobriety. I'm also in recovery. I would approach you privately if I felt there was an issue. I just wish you would have came to me privately.
Right. And I agree. I should have messaged you first. As I said, I have been off my rocker and not thinking clearly outside of YouTube. And I think the confusion also is, and that's why I brought up this channel here, is I had brought up your sobriety just for and first of all, I want to say, I don't want you to not be friends with anybody, you know.
No, I know what you're
Kelly
saying. It's hurtful when you see somebody you thought you had an understanding with, or especially like a connection, such as if I would have realized they were dragging your sobriety, I would have spoke up.
Right. And it was really hurtful with Kelly because I had she was like a mama bear to me. We spoke a lot outside of YouTube. And she had even messaged me and said, hey, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize I was in a chat. This was weeks ago. I was in BX's chat. I didn't realize that's the guy that BX talks about that all the time. It's a joke. My sobriety is a joke. He's starting a whole trend where you hashtag save Robbie sobriety or whatever, and they're making videos joking about it. So I brought that to her attention, and, you know, our conversation got heated because True Helper, he's all up in there too as a wrench and everything. And I'm not going to get into all that because, you know, you don't know anything about it and, you know, you probably don't care, but it was hurtful because Kelly was my friend. And then immediately, just out of spite, and we were still talking, just out of spite, she just stopped responding to my messages and went over there and started hopping on panels and engaging in it. So I understand that you didn't see that. And I apologize, you know, that you don't know, because I can relate to that. I don't know either. Right. But I wanted to point out to you that Jessica, my friend Amy, she's my good friend. The one that it said M on the panel, she's my good friend. And her and Jessica with the K have been going at it. So she brought that up in that conversation, and because Jessica's been going panel to panel and just like dragging all her videos. So at that point, I could understand the confusion where maybe you thought we were talking about you, because I heard you're like, what? Well, I could go on any panel, 60 panels, but that wasn't about you. And so I didn't even realize in that moment the name Jessica, but this is who she was talking about on the screen.
Yeah, she did. She emailed me. I guess she saw my video and emailed me about it.
Oh, Jessica with the K did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Or no. Yeah. Well, yeah, she did as well. But Amy did to clarify that it wasn't her.
Yes, Amy was blowing up my phone this morning. She's like, "Oh my God, that Granny's watching was," and I was like, "Oh shit." So yeah, because it wasn't about you.
It sucks when you log on here and you don't know who's going to use your name this week and what it's going to be. I've had CPS calls. I've had the police called. I've had my family doxxed. I've had my father doxxed. I've had my background handed around like it's a bottle of liquor. And all these people that were my friends or were supportive are now shaking hands with Natasha. So the timing of it all was like, well, what did I do to you?
Right. No, I totally get that. And my, with the last few weeks since Natasha had her, you know, tragedy happen with her aunt and, you know, her loss, you know, it feels good to have peace with people. And that doesn't mean, you know, because there's a lot of things that I told her that I don't agree with. And I was saying earlier, I felt like going into your chats, and not just yours, but it's toxic when you keep going around and you're hearing negative stuff. But you can relate that when you're doing it on a daily basis, it's because you're hurting and you're wanting to respond. And that's why I said like 2 days ago, I'm like, and I do, after this, I need to log off and I have to stop clicking on stuff. And I just need to accept that people don't know. They're going to go where they want to go and support stuff. But I have to log off for like a week, because outside of YouTube, it's been damaging my personal life. And I understand you know, like you said with the CPS stuff, I know it's hurtful because people have contacted my jobs multiple times. And I get it. I don't have kids. I've never had CPS called on me, but I totally get it. And when you see people making videos of you on a daily basis, it does hurt. And people are like, oh, just don't look at it. And curiosity killed the cat. And I've been way too curious lately and emotional. And I am an emotional roller coaster. I am.
I log off because for our sanity and our sobriety, we need to log off. It's literally what we have to do, which is why I'm not in the loop with everything going on. But another thing was, you had made the comment, if you support her, don't contact me, don't come in here. And I know you meant that. I'm not gonna lie, some of your words were very toxic as part of the issue within YouTube. If we constantly keep yo-yoing people around, like I was getting messages, why is Megan up there? Why is Megan up there? Because Megan's up there. She's my friend. You know what I mean? She's a subscriber of yours. I trust her. I know she's not going to come up here and bash me. She's not going to come up here and scream at you. We need to start having more trust in people that they can go places and know when a boundary is drawn. Some people won't. And when they don't, we can block them. Like Lycan just got blocked. We can just block.
I blocked him because Lycan, to me, he kissed my ass forever, and all of a sudden he's talking like that. I don't respect him at all.
Yeah.
But
I get it. I mean, that's the power we have of a block button. But I think like overall that this idealism that like you have to be loyal to me and only me is so toxic, and it's dangerous, because what happens when you do that, you have the few people that will say, okay, cool, I'll be loyal to you, but they grow such a loyalty that my phone is being rung off the hook all day because they're harassing me, or they're calling CPS on me because they have such a loyalty to you and only you, because they're not allowed to go look anywhere else. So you can say whatever you want. I hear it on it. They are saying that I went real life on Glenn. No, I didn't. He came in my chat room, threatened me, and wrote my full legal name. He went real life on me. I brought up the word girlfriend. I didn't bring up her name. I didn't bring up any of his family members' names. And next thing you know, I am being threatened to be SA'd. I'm being threatened with physical assault. He is calling my phone all day, and he is doxing my father. But that's the toxicity of saying you can only be you owe it all to me. And if you don't owe it all to me, I'm going to call you out because you're now a piece of shit because you don't have my full back. Why can't we trust people?
Right.
To go where they want to go and be, you know what I mean? Why does it have to be such a it's so bad. The pitchforks come out and then they go on panels and they lie through their teeth. Granny did this, Granny did that. Robbie did this, Robbie did that. And guess what? They're not allowed to come look, right? Because if they're seen in your chat room, so automatically it's like this way of like keeping controlship over people, and it's not okay.
Oh, I get it. And I just for the record, I've never been a fan of Glenn, and I'm not. And that's shitty if he's doing that. And I don't agree with that. But
it's even dumber that he admitted to it.
Oh, he did?
Yeah. Yeah. Right before I got all these harassing phone calls, he admitted. Yes, I did say that, S. Hockett. Yes, I did. So what? Are you while Natasha sits up there telling me I need to get laid and puts a dildo on her head, the worst thing I said is he likely jerked off after hanging up the phone with me or hanging up the panel with me because he accused me of using my sexuality. That warrants everything that he's doing. That's the problem with people like you. You as whatever. If you're okay with a male going around threatening women and threatening to SA them and threatening physical assault, then that is you. That is fine. But I'm not okay with that.
I'm not either. And, you know, just like you said, he probably jerked off. Like,
right.
I have not been in my right mind. It was a nasty thing to say. I shouldn't have said it, but he was doxing my father. What kind of, they wanted that response from me. That you look for it, and you know you look for it. They look for it. Jessica, I've said the same exact thing about people and worse before.
Right. And so has a lot of people, you know, but that doesn't warrant doing what has followed. It doesn't warrant any of that.
Mm-hmm. Well, and I also just want to say, like last night and the last couple of nights, I have not been in my right state of mind, if you know what I mean. And I've been emotional, And this is getting to me. And that's why, you know, it hurts. And then people are like, oh, I thought you said you're taking a break. It's like, I'm trying to. I am, but I don't have self-control right now. Like I've got so involved in the toxic stuff, and all you can relate to this is that it's almost like you can't help but look at it. You're like, what else are they saying? That's why I need to remove myself and reset and listen to stuff. And I totally get it. But Megan was saying earlier, you know, people say, oh, you get messages, or why this or why that, or why are you talking to Robbie and stuff? And she said she got a lot of shit for talking to me. And the thing is, it's like, that's kind of the same situation I'm going through right now. I'm not trying to give you shit, any of you, Megan or Granny or any of you, for being friends with these people or anything. Because what if I make up with them one day? That's going to put you in a shitty situation. It's just that I'm upset. And I think it's probably because I've been going through a hard time when I see stuff like that. And I see, you know, people engaging in that kind of stuff. And I know you didn't know about it, but it does hurt really bad.
It does.
And that's why I need to get off of here for a while, because I'm not my happy self. And reading all the comments of people saying, oh, Robbie's crazy. Robbie's probably a drunk right now, or doing drugs, or all this stuff. It's like, well, what if I was?
They were saying that in my chat room?
Yeah, they were making jokes in your... I mean, that's the whole reason I was telling Megan to come up here and explain herself, because... And I know you're busy. I often don't read the chat when I'm going on my rants, and you probably didn't see it. They were making jokes about, oh, should we say it's Budweiser hour for Robbie, and just shit like that. It's like, yeah, that may be funny to you guys, but do you not understand that that's a problem for some people? And that's why I get so pissed about it. And I'm never going to shut up about sobriety ever. And you know, BX makes joke, oh, sobriety, sobriety, sobriety. He made a whole song about it. It's like, it's fucked up. And it hurts.
It hurts. It does. And I'm
people
sorry
can
that it's
call me
hurting you. I would strongly suggest logging off and getting into your convictions and getting your head back into the sobriety aspect of it, because it's not worth this. It's not worth it.
I know. It's really like when it starts affecting you outside, and you start.
Robbie, I've lost 10 pounds. I've had to sit down both of my children. I've had to go to CPS on myself. I've had to make my parents aware of what's going on. Yeah, it's affecting your real life, and that's what they want. They want it to happen. Yeah, it's a joke. You know, I don't care if they're getting what they want, because I do love myself, and I do pick myself back up. I'm not going through a nice time right now. And this is part of the problem. And this is how it goes through as this thing, because right now you have, you know, this Jerry in chat saying everything you say is being done to you now. You did over and over again to Natasha for months. I've never gone real life on Natasha. I've never contacted child services. I've never spoken about her family. I've never even so much as done any of that. And if any of you can show me where I have, I would love to see it. Because there's this whole like double standard, and it's like, because that's your person, or that's who you follow, I'm automatically the worst person ever. But I bet you never spend a minute, or let alone 20 minutes within my chat room to see for yourself if anything you're being told is true. Same thing with Robbie. Same thing with Natasha. Instead of going to one person, how about go around, because you're not going to get the truth from your one person. Have you ever, I know you probably don't like to hear this, but have you ever, like, just like me and you should have talked privately, but have you ever tried to speak to Natasha privately? Both of you? No, I have no desire. I don't think there's any. No. Mm-mm. Yeah, I've spoken of, Natasha, the same ones that you have on camera. But what did you do? You went and passed around my family, who's not on YouTube, who's never been on camera, who I've never spoken about on here. There's a difference. There's a huge difference. But that's what happens when people can't keep YouTube to YouTube. And look what it's doing. Look what it's doing to you. Look what it's doing to me. Look what it's doing to her. And everything is a one up. You know, I mentioned... You admitted it, Natasha. You said it last night. You said, Glenn, I have her background information to give you, and I have stuff on her father. Yes, you did. I'm not saying verbatim, but I can play it. Just like Glenn didn't come in my chat doxing me and threatening me. I went in, you know, I went at him for no reason. None of that makes sense. But what does my father have to do with any of this, Natasha? Because you don't like it when people bring up your father, do you? But it was just one more way to throw one more jab at me, wasn't it? Yeah, you said you would, but you didn't, but he got it. Right? So just like he said he was going to call me and harass me, my phone's been ringing all fucking day, but it's not him, right? I know. There's a lot of I said, but I didn't, but it happened. I've never gone real life on you, Natasha. I always thought out of all people, you were one person who could keep YouTube to YouTube.
For the record, I didn't time you out. YouTube's best. I haven't been looking at the chat, and I'm sorry.
But I've kept it to YouTube, Natasha, and you've gone back at me. You have been equally as nasty. I have never crossed that line into real life. I've never. When everybody was passing around real life papers on you, I didn't do it. I've never done that. I thought there was going to be a mutual understanding. I thought people would keep YouTube because that's what you do, Natasha. You go at people. So I thought it was like a, you know, I didn't realize it was going to be all that. And that's all right because that's what you guys want to do. Did Glenn tell you how he came over in my chat and threatened me and doxed my name? And that is why I said what I said about him? Right, but you talk about Dalton on real life, Natasha. You bring Dalton up on here. Just like you say, I lay on my back and make money. Or you say, oh, Dalton's a real man. He support. So why? So now, so I go look up your aunts, your uncles, your father, your mother. Should I bring them all on? Because I really think it's one thing to use what people say on here, but it's a whole nother. Well, that's your soft spot. If I'm being honest with you, that is your soft spot. And you shouldn't have made that so known. Just like the minute you knew what my soft spot was, you utilized it, Natasha, and you utilized it to everybody behind the scenes. Passed it right along.
Can I ask a question? So
Not her husband. She's not married, Renee.
Well, she mentions Dalton, right?
Right.
But are you looking up Dalton's information and
Never.
passing it around to people that hate her?
Never. I never even so much as knew Dalton's last name. I would never.
Exactly. There's a big difference with that.
Well, can I just say about that though is because I've been through this, like Shipwreck Beck, her and I just made peace after 2 years of crazy shit. Her making videos, me making videos. When you push somebody, because I often hear this about myself, oh, you're saying the C word or cussing people out. You know, that's what we were talking about, Megan. And I think what a lot of people don't understand, especially when it comes to, because when I run background checks on people, I do it for legal reasons. I do it to send them a cease and desist and that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. So when you push somebody, though, to the point of doing something like that, you have to look at your own behavior. And I'm not saying this about you or Natasha. I'm saying this about everybody, including myself. When you poke and 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 people want you to stop and they ask you to stop, and I've done that to people. I've asked them to stop. I've sent cease and desist to BX Beast Boy, all sorts of stuff. And they don't. What do you expect? Well, and I'm not promoting doxing or anything, but what do you expect when somebody gets to their snapping point?
When Natasha has said that she was at her stopping point, I was the only. And you can ask my mods, you can ask my friends. I was the only one that said, if this woman is truly at a breaking point, we're stopping. And I stopped. Guess what? She didn't want me to stop. She tagged me. She purposely said she was triggering me. She wanted this to keep going.
Right. Well, and that's why I say, like Jessica, just like with me and you, before I went on my rant and my emotional, like last night was not a good mindset for me. And when I went on that, and in this last week when I've been doing it, it's because it's a lack of communication on my end. I didn't reach out. And I think just like, that's why I asked you, you know, did you guys ever consider talking about this one-on-one or something?
You know what, Robbie, if it would have gotten to the point where she wasn't passing around information on my family members, we could have. Yeah. And Renee saying there's a lot of people that don't like me, that is fine. But there's not a lot of people who openly admit that they're passing around my family's records, my family's information.
Yeah, it's different if they were, in your case, Robbie, you looked up to send a cease and desist, right?
Absolutely.
But that's not what's being done here. And they're pulling her father's background checks. I mean,
they're contacting them.
Sense. Yeah,
they're doing a lot of things, right? They're using people's personal DV situations against them. And we know how dangerous that can be. I don't care if you like somebody or not. You don't go there. I didn't speak about her grieving. I gave her my condolences. Matter of factly, she lied to you and said I was on that panel talking about it. I wasn't. Mm-hmm. I was the only one on that panel that said I give her my conveniences or grievances, whatever. My condolences.
She did.
Right, Evelyn, same thing to Natasha. When you build a channel constantly dragging people for content, at some point you have to expect people to go real life. Okay, great to know.
Wait, who said that?
They just wrote it a little bit above. Evelyn, you expect people are going to retaliate at some point. You can't blame others. I'm sorry, I didn't read all the way. Can't blame others for another's actions. She admitted that she gave Glenn the information. I'm not making this up. She told him, I have it, I'll give it to you. And then he laughed and got it and used it.
Well, and that's the whole point of, you know, why, again, I should have reached out to you, is because when we don't do that, and like you said, you're over it. You don't want to speak to her privately. So when it gets to the point of people have like exploded on each other so many times, that's when shit gets like this and people start going real life on each other and all this. Because, I mean, all I can say is, just from talking to you, I'm glad we were able to, you know, speak and be calm and understand each other. And I really wanted you to understand the whole Jessica thing, because when I was listening, I was like, oh, okay, now it makes sense why you're so mad, because we were talking about Jessica with the K. Amy was, and it was not good. So I could understand why you were mad. But see, that's the whole problem of why it gets out of hand with people like you and Natasha for so long, or me and Shipwreck Beck and stuff, is it's a lack of communication.
I would say yes and no. I think it's a lack of boundaries. I have boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, do I bring up Dalton? Yes, but Natasha brings them up. You know, just like Natasha makes the remarks she makes. You don't see anybody over there saying anything about that. Does Natasha make 3 community postings in a row and then admit she was trying to trigger me? Yes. Do I try to trigger her? Yes. But I thought there was like this understanding, or maybe excuse me for thinking better of people, but I thought that real life was off limits, especially to people who scream that real life should be off limits. When Natasha's mods were having their children's names utilized and people were going real life, I was the only creator on this so-called anti-Natasha community that spoke against it. The only one. But now all these little cockroaches, you know, turn out the lights because I don't know, I'm growing too quick. I get too much support. I don't know what it is. And all of a sudden, they're all running behind Natasha and they're doing the most dirtiest things. And it's disgusting.
Well, you said it just now. The whole problem is, because I do it too. I'm guilty of saying really shitty things to trigger people because they pissed me off. Just like I did with the tax thing last night. I did that to trigger you because I was pissed and I was confused. And I should have went to you. And the thing is, yeah, Natasha and you and me and everyone needs to think about stuff before they post it. Because the intention is to trigger, so you're not helping the problem at all. None of us are.
That's the truth, you know? But you would still just think that, no, you guys did know because I played it and you laughed about it, Laura. You guys did know.
Well,
so,
and see, that's...
And that's the quotations like fake. Okay. But with that fake call came real threats. Okay. It was a notice that we got your real information and it's just like this whole thing, right? Like, oh my gosh, Jessica mentioned Dalton. So now we're going to go for her children. We're going to go for her family. We're going to go for everybody, and all, you know, all standards and all morals are off because my God, she mentioned Dalton. Okay. But at that time, when I mentioned Dalton, I realized it was a sore spot. And yes, I utilized it just like Natasha knew that calling me a drug addict and a felon was a sore spot. Right? So she can use everybody else's weaknesses, but don't you dare use hers, because then we're going to cross the boundaries and we're going to go real life. JJ, she admitted so. She admitted. Dorothy gave it to her. She said she didn't want it, but she already had it. And she told Glenn last night she would give it to him. And today Glenn comes out and he utilizes it. Call me stupid for following the lines, but let's not forget we're a true crime community, people. Doesn't take a lot to connect dots.
Yep.
No, I never said I have info on Glenn's girlfriend. I said your girlfriend left you, Deborah. All I said was your girlfriend left you. I never even said a name. Go listen to it. I'll go on private it. Because at this point, any sexual harassment things he's claiming, yeah, threw that out the window when you threatened me.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
There's a big issue, and that's quite a bit, where when somebody goes through something, people will discount it because they believe that it's okay that they're going through something because they personally have gone through either the same thing or things that they've gone through are way worse. They like, well, what about what's happened to me?
Right, it's like a
Do you
one-up.
realize- But do you realize how long I've gone through all this?
Mhm.
And nothing is ever going to get better
Can you mute Megan? Robbie?
until you
Oh,
start
sorry.
devaluing the things that other people are going through and start realizing that everyone is having valid experiences here in this community and start working to fix things.
Well,
That's
you
the-
know, that is the whole point. I agree. And may I just address something, Robbie? Because I don't mean to read your chat, but of course,
No, it's fine.
like Laura here says, well, sister, maybe you need thicker. Your skin isn't thick enough for YouTube. My skin is thick enough for YouTube. My skin is not thick enough for YouTube to infiltrate my real life, Laura. Right? You wouldn't like if I got up here right now and started talking about your real life situation and went after your real life family. And if you had any children, sure, I'm going to go ahead and traumatize them too while I'm at it. See, because here's the thing, me going through what I went through this week, I don't want anybody to go through it. And I wish as creators as a whole, we can come together and say enough is enough with it. Not because it happened to me, because it's happening too freely. This is children. This is family members that have nothing to do with it. The whole sobriety thing, throw it out. I don't care if you've been sober almost 10 years. I don't care. What does that have to do with anything? She knows my sobriety is fresh to me. She uses it against me. She doesn't use it against you because you're beneficial to her, Laura. But as a woman in sobriety or in recovery, you should be insulted by the same insults she throws at me. Because guess what? She's looking at you through the same lens. That's the blindity of it all. Like, oh, because it's not about me, it doesn't matter. Yes, it's about all of us collectively as a whole.
That's exactly why I'm upset. Exactly.
I agree. Because it was like they're going at your recovery. No, they're going at every addict. You're making a mockery out of all of us.
Yeah.
I never spoke about her niece or nephew. Never. The only thing I said about her niece is she used a racial slur against her, which was on camera. And I never spoke about her nephew. She lied about it. Ask her to show you the panel I went on where I spoke all about her nephew. I was the one that was over in Dorothy's chat saying it wasn't okay to show that boy's picture and talk about it.
And of course, you're going to say mean shit when you're angry.
Yeah,
and
but
I
even
said
then,
it earlier.
I never
when
said
I'm
anything
mad,
about that baby.
if you hurt my feelings, I'm going to hurt your feelings and I'm going to make sure I get the job done. And that's the whole point. Megan said she was disappointed in me because, yeah, the C word flies out of my mouth when I'm pissed. It has nothing to do with you being a woman. It's because that's what I think you're being in that moment. And I'm working on that. I'm well aware of that. But just, Jessica or anybody else, when you've overcome a hard time or when you're going through a hard time and people are using that against you, even if you've been clean for however long and they're still making fun of, oh, well, you were an addict. Well, duh, you're the one who shared that information with people. Of course you were an addict.
Right.
And you're also clean. And
Right.
and the thing with me is my problem was meth. And I don't like to drink alcohol or smoke cigarettes, but lately I've been drinking some alcohol in my downtime and smoking cigarettes, and I've been stressed the fuck out. And people use that against me or say, oh, Robbie's just going to get drunk. What if I did get drunk and go fucking get in a car accident and die? Would that make you happy?
That's
Like,
what
is that
they
you
want, Robbie. I mean, I've been told they want me to relapse. They want me to have a mental breakdown. They want me to be everything that I'm not because they hate that I'm not, and they hate it for you too, I guess. It's a real shitty thing. It's a really shitty thing.
Yeah, and Jessica, I'm sorry for saying, that you go on rants every day and you do that, and I'm sorry because I get it and I understand.
Well, and Robbie, I went on a week and a half of not doing rants. I did true crime, I did recovery basis, and I was still being blamed for stuff. So it got to the point when you're affecting my real life and you are now utilizing my family members and my name and my information as a weapon because I wasn't acknowledging you. Now you got my attention. Now, once again, look how many panels there are tonight with my name tagged in it. Right. One live, and I got 4 panels with my name in it.
And
but you know what's the ironic part? We got Glenn, who threatened me in many ways and went real life on me, and he's welcomed on panels tonight. The same people who say they're against abusers, the same people who talk about true crime cases where women are abused. We are now going to host an abuser on our panel because it's okay because Jessica said the word girlfriend. It's ridiculous. My standards don't waver. My morals haven't changed. And just because all of you do this real life dirty crap, you're not going to get me to swim in the water with you. I'm not going to come up smelling like you. You can keep trying, but it won't happen.
See, and Jessica, I'm the opposite right now. I have
you want to
smelling like them. Like
yeah.
I have gone so off track of what I like to do on here because I love to come on and laugh, talk about my life, and be open and be like, yeah, you know, this is my issue with drinking or whatever. And everybody's loving and kind. And I have gotten so many messages from close friends who are family to me on here saying, I can't be a part of this. Like, you need to stop this. You need a break. And that's why I did. And then, of course, people make a joke out of it. Oh, he took a break for a day. No, I am planning on logging off. But right now, I lack self-control right now.
I know.
And that's something I'm working on because I can't help but listen to these assholes bashing me and stuff. And the thing is, I don't care about them. I've been curious to see who are the people that claim to care about me that are in there. And I don't want people to not talk to these people, but it fucking hurts. You know, it would be just like seeing Siren going up in fucking Dorothy's channel as she's dragging me daily and him just super chatting her and being like, oh, great job. I wouldn't care if he did that if she wasn't.
I
But
agree.
if he went in there while she was doing it, hell yeah, I'm going to get offended.
It is. It's
I'm banned from
hurtful.
Dorothy's channel.
Me too.
It is. I seen it. I had subscribers that, you know, I thought were my friend and I trust them, and they're over in Dorothy's chat as all this is going on against me, and it's hurtful. But guess what? We can't change it, Robbie. People are shitty. What you can do though is make sure you don't become shitty, because you're not shitty. So this whole like listening to it, if it's making you be this way, you gotta take a breath and remember who you are and who they are. And at the end of the day, truly at the end of the day, Robbie, if you logged off YouTube and you didn't hear what they had to say about you, would it matter?
No, I'd be at the gym taking care of myself.
Right.
And, being happy. But, and I want you to know too, one thing that when I was listening to your stream, and that's my problem. Lately, I've been waking up and I immediately listen to a hate stream on me. So of course my day is going to start shit. And yours
Start
wasn't
your
a hate
day out
stream.
shitty. And I see comments over there about when Alicia came on my panel. You know what? The chat was out of control. I didn't comment at that time of her being supposedly on drugs or not. I didn't. I was
See,
confused
this is
by
the
her
shit BX
behavior.
says. Shit like that.
Right. And that, yeah, I mean, that's horrible. And that's the same. Well, and that's the same thing. They don't understand. Like, do you think I just went at Alicia for no reason? Or do you think that I was there for her many times? And I wake up the next day to find out she is laughing and accusing me of being, I mean, she screwed me over. So then I go to play the video to dispute the lies they put out, and she blocks it. Then she comes in my chat screaming, where's the link? Where's the link? Let me up. And she starts talking about, well, you have Cash App and you have a wish list. So what? So you hate me because I have Cash App and I have a wish list? So at that point, was I that concerned over Alicia's feelings in my chat? No. Should I have been? Yeah. But don't think I didn't go to Alicia privately with my concerns either, because I tried to approach her privately first. And she told me to fuck off. So at that point, I realized there was hostility, and apparently it lies behind the fact that I have a Cash App and I have a wish list, which tells me a lot of you people simply don't like me because I have supporters. And I don't have supporters, no drama llama, because I'm a shitty person.
Well, I want to tell you, Jessica, because one thing I was reading in your chat that I was like getting pissed off about is I often see people, and it's in your community too. It's like, we welcomed Robbie and we wanted him to change and stuff. And the thing is, first of all, I'm not a terrible person. So it's not like I need to change to fit into a community. I go to your channel because I like you. It's not about being accepted by your community. And I'm consistently working on myself. And I think, I don't know, was it you that said it? Somebody said this was,
I said something.
I think it might've been Kelly saying, he said he would change and not make fun of mommy ramblings anymore and make fun of her son. And it pisses me off when people bring that up, because what they don't realize is mommy ramblings. And I'm going to be clear about this again. And I've apologized so many times, and this is not an apology because she's not a good person. She blamed me for making fun of her deceased son. That never happened. That actually was a community that Lycan belongs to that did that. And of course it would be somebody like that. So, but this never happened. She just made it up. And then they did say it, the community Lycan belonged to, and they did say, make fun of her son. So after almost a year of being sober, by the way, people would send me clips of mommy ramblings and Scooter taking jabs and making fun of my sobriety, saying it's fake, saying, oh, we should start a channel about sobriety and we'll make that all our content, and making jokes over it. So the night that I relapsed, I thought about every mean person that tried to ruin my life and make fun of me while I was sober. And that 2 of those people were Mommy Ramblings and 2 Scooter. And I did say something about her son that night when I was drunk, and I would have said it sober because I was so angry. That woman harassed me, made fun of me for the longest time. So in my, and this is going to sound terrible, even though I apologize, but she asked for it. You don't throw rocks at people and expect them to sit there and not throw it back. When you're in a game of dodgeball, you don't throw a ball. Go ahead.
They used against you what they knew would hurt you the most. And in your hurt, you used against her what would hurt the most. Exactly. And that is what we need to stop doing. That is what, you know, and in the real world, you can't go into a restaurant and say, oh, get him out of here. I don't like him. And they're going to be like, yes, madam. And they're going to kick out that person because you don't like them. There's this thing with you two where people think they are owed a loyalty from you. And whoever they don't like, you got to immediately not like too. But in real life, it doesn't work that way, right? In real life, we are going to meet people that we don't like. We're going to meet people that we can't stand, you know, whatever it may be. And we don't get to
I'm sorry. I have to address this. Natasha did not set me up for that. I told Natasha, pull up this NewsTuber video, which, by the way, I did a stream in the bathtub and it was completely positive, no negativity. And I had a mud mask on my face and stuff. So NewsTubers mixed that video and mixed it with the night that I relapsed. Now, NewsTubers wants people to watch them because their content is supposed to be funny, right? Mommy Rambling supported that channel, and so did 2 Scooter. So I didn't see the problem with pulling up the video NewsTubers made about me, and I told Natasha, pull it up. I said, you don't have to play the whole thing because it was like 17 minutes. So she pulled it up. She did not know what was in that. So please do not blame Natasha for that because she did not do that. And plus, what's the harm in watching a video if Mommy Ramblings thinks it's okay? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a double standard. You can't.
I think the only reason Natasha keeps coming up is because Natasha came in here and inserted herself, to be fair.
And
I know what you're saying, Robbie. They want to hurt you.
Just because and that may look bad, especially from when we're talking about Jessica with the K, and I had brought you up last night and stuff and was angry, but just because I had made peace with Natasha, that by no means would never mean that I wouldn't like to go enjoy your channel and watch you and support you at all.
So for me, I've had a lot of people who were with me, who I thought were friends, who have now joined up with Natasha, all in the hate fest against me, right? The same people that were equally as nasty to Natasha, same people that are equally as nasty in general, are now aligning themselves with Natasha and attacking me. So from my point of view, it came across like, well, of course, Robbie now too, right? Because we all know, and I'm sorry to say, but if you support Natasha, you're not allowed to support other people, and you certainly can't support me, which I get. I get it. Megan's one of my good friends. If I seen her over in Dorothy's chat with the way she's been speaking about me lately, I would be hurt, and she knows I would be. So I'm not saying there's anything wrong with Natasha feeling that way. I get it. Yes, they have Tiffany Perkins. Yes, they have. Can I see Glenn invited on behalf of Natasha? They invited Dorothy over to panel tonight. Yeah, that's teaming up.
I don't know. People keep saying, I don't know who keeps timing people out, but can you stop that they're not saying anything terrible? Because let me look at my phone. Hold on.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Megan.
Can I ask a question? So another thing that I've been seeing that's been really bothering me is that, like, when people talk about Natasha and her past with the dress thing, tax thing, all that stuff, right? Her community and they like to say, well, that was like 3 years ago or however long ago it was, right? And why are we still harping on that? And, people change. So here's my question. Jessica's felonies that are constantly brought up daily, it seems like, and by Natasha just yesterday or the day before, why isn't she allowed to change?
And they're 4
exactly.
years ago.
No, I agree. And you know what? That is the problem. Is I said this earlier, and I said when people see people making peace or progress, you know, I hear it about myself. People say, oh, Robbie's never going to change, or he needs to change. He needs to do this. Like they're my counselor or, you know, life coach or something. And then when I do make positive changes in my life, start working out, start spending more time with God, and I'm laughing and I'm joking with people and I'm my actual self, they have a problem with it. Oh God, Robbie's fake, or he did this, or it's like people have a problem with progress. So Jessica, just because you've done something in your past, or, you know, been arrested, just like I've been arrested, I've done a lot of shit in my past.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to change. You know,
Right.
that should not be held against you today, because you are not where you used to be at all.
And I'm not up here displaying those same behaviors either. If I was
No.
up here still displaying those behaviors, yeah, you know. But I just think that I just think collectively as a whole we can all do better, including myself. I don't realize it. I know I've done some really I've said some really horrible things that I do not feel proud about. I have. Saying somebody's girlfriend, saying the word girlfriend isn't one of them. And it just doesn't warrant what has come. And the idea that this is now content for the next 3 days, as people now team up with big badass Glenn and he gets his moment in the spotlight, I really think some of you should be ashamed, because we say we don't support women abusers. We don't support domestic violence. We don't support all this stuff, but everybody does it.
Right.
Yeah,
Well,
and
Well, no
Sorry.
drama llama, because she displays similar behaviors is what I would say. But have I brought it up lately? No.
yeah, it's because their goalposts are always going to move. You will never satisfy people like this. Every time you make any kind of positive change, they're always going to move that goalpost so that you always have to do more. And
Mhm.
that goalpost will always move. It's like trying to play football, but that 100-yard mark will always move. So your football field would become 200 yards or 300 yards or 400 yards. You're
Right.
never going to score that touchdown, ever.
They don't want to see you succeed.
Well, and this was a lack of communication on my part as far as what started this whole thing.
Well, you were hurt,
Jessica.
and I'm glad that we did get to communicate now, because I understand where you're coming from.
Well, yeah, and I do like you. I like listening to you. I like your accent. I think you're funny.
Thank
you're
you.
enjoyable to listen to. I try not to go into streams anymore, you know, and I get it, to where people are screaming all the time, you know, or
Right.
yelling or venting, because it does get to you. But I want to show support to people that are hurting, because I'm going through, you know, I hurt too. So I understand that. But this whole situation on my part, I've been emotional. I've been mean. I've not thought of things before they fly out of my mouth, which I never do, and I continuously work on. And you know, I'm in a good spot in my life, but this last week has not been good.
Do you have anybody you can call personally before going on that
Oh
you-
God, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
actually,
Mhm.
my friends are the ones that are calling me and saying, "Don't do this. Let's do a private StreamYard. Let's vent. Let's talk about it." And I'm like, "No, fuck that." You know. And I need to start sleeping on things, because when I do, I actually, you know, have a more reasonable way of speaking. However, when I'm in an angry moment, just like you came up here and spoke, I can be logical with somebody, because that's all I want to do, is talk to the people that are having an issue and say, what's the problem? And I've done that to BX. I've done that to True Helper. I've done that to Kelly, to everybody. They're not showing that part. They want me to look like the angry person, because I do get angry. But hell, Kelly was on her stream a couple weeks ago. That word cunt was flying out of her mouth left and right about Dorothy. She was screaming. So we all have our boiling points.
Well, that's that double standards too, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I personally, I get it now that I'm a creator. You know, sometimes like even, and I hate to bring it up again, but Glenn coming in my chat and threatening me, giving me, writing my full name out. He knew he was going to get a response from me.
Yeah.
Them blaming me for somebody's heart conditions, which I'm glad she's okay. But you know, those are like unfair things to put on people. And when you're layering all this stuff on people, which is what is being done to you, Robbie, from what you're saying, you start to buckle and you buckle and you buckle to the point you're now at their level. And it's real easy to get at their level because, man, it feels good to get at their level. But when you log off, it doesn't feel that good. You don't want to, I don't want to be this nasty person. I started my channel because I didn't want to be. And I'm starting, the more I'm here and the more I'm focusing on it, I'm becoming like it, which is why I tried to move along. They didn't let me move along. It's almost like they begged me to come back, But I'm moving along. From this day forward, I'm moving along. You can have your peace, Natasha. I don't want it. You're not going to change. Nothing's going to change you. But you keep bringing me up, I'm going to bring you up. It's just, and it's almost like I wish that creators would have this thing, right? Because you start a drama channel, you drag random people, including subscribers, which I've never done. And you keep going. But when it's done to you, it's like, stop, right?
Yes. Yeah.
But then it's almost like, well, why are you like, she has another channel, right? I'm going to start another channel because I don't want to be known for this anymore. And it was fun. I thought there was like a YouTube tit for tat. I thought it was like an understanding because she had a drama channel and she always professed she's against real life. That I thought it was like, I almost want to say, like, I thought we kind of had like a mutual agreement.
Well, not only that,
where's
Jessica,
you have your full name put? Why is that always your go-to? You scream docs. You had your name out. Hello, what fundraiser? No Drama Llama. What fundraiser? Find me a fundraiser with my full name, and we'll talk about it. If I put my full name out, I'm allowed to do so. If you come in my chat room and you're threatening me with my full name, we've got a problem. Glenn got the problem he wanted. Look how he responded, and you're all finding excuses for it. And I'm saying I'm a problem. I've admitted here how many times now that I'm a problem. I have not behaved in the best way.
I'm the same. But you know what, Jessica? Like you said, you can become like them sometimes. Is people will do things like very low key or behind the scenes to piss you off, and all they want people to see is you going off and you ranting and raving, and they'll do it all low key so that they don't. There's no tracks of them doing anything bad. They just want people to look at you screaming and not know the actual, reason. They don't care about that kind of stuff because they do it to me all the time. That's the time. Exactly
right. So, my God, because I feel like people don't fully understand that. Like, there could be a name in the chat right now, and I won't acknowledge it and I won't highlight it. I know other creators will, but I won't. But you guys will just look and be like, oh, it's Lulu Chu. But to me, Lulu Chu is my abusive ex. You know what I mean? And they know what they're doing. So when that happens and it keeps going and going and going, eventually you get the response that they want. And then they're like, well, look at her. Look how she's acting. She's a maniac. No. I was just using her name as an example. She's actually my friend. But I'm saying that's how it goes, though. Like, for everybody else, it's just a username. But they do this to you all day long. And then by the time night comes and your phone's ringing because you're being harassed with calls, no child services coming tomorrow because they called them, you get to a point, which is where you're at, Robbie. And I want to help you not be there because I don't want to be here. And I'm like hanging by a little thread, which is why I'm going to log back off. Yeah. But I don't want you being there either because why do they want us here?
I know what I need to do. What do they want? I know what I need to do. I'm being an idiot and I'm going and click because like you had brought up AJ. She trolls the hell out of me and her and Captain Kangaroo, but I'm the dumbass. It's not their fault for making videos because they do it all. I'm the dumbass who goes over and clicks on these ridiculous videos and gets upset before my day even starts. Instead of listening to Joyce Meyer, I'm watching hate videos over on AJ and Captain Kangaroo and BX. And that's how I've been starting my days the last week or two. And I need to stop doing that. That's why, I said I have to not even, and it sucks because I watch Joyce Meyer on YouTube, but I'm going to have to pull up her app or something because I don't want to look at it at all.
Because you're tempted to look.
Yes. But
your biggest thing is you want to see what people say about you.
Yeah.
What does it change? Because Robbie, you can get on here and you can give your truth to you'll blow in the face. I can give my truth to I'm blue in the face. Those who want to believe it will believe it. And those who don't won't. So why even keep putting that effort? Why keep, I said that to myself today. I almost went for another hour explaining how no, I did not go real life on these people, let alone first. I never went real life to go first. And I finally got to a point where I'm like, I'm preaching to they don't want to hear it. They want me to have been the bad guy. Let them make you the bad guy, Robbie. So when you log off at night, in real life, you're the good guy that you are. Let
Yeah.
let them have that win. Go ahead. I'm a bad guy. You know what I mean?
Well, I will say, and this may sound ridiculous to you guys, but I truly think this is what's going on right now. I truly have PTSD from getting that knock on the door from a sheriff and getting a false restraining order from AJ that she lied on, which I could still prosecute her. So it's like, it's almost like that's what I'm like, are they saying anything else? Oh my God, is she going to do it again? Like, but it's harassment, you know, and she's gone real life on me. And so I have this like PTSD of like, oh my God, I need to look at it, but I don't. God keeps telling me in my heart, if you don't click on it, you're not going to get angry. And I've been ignoring the shit out of God. And that's why I'm acting like the devil. I truly have I've let evil consume me, and it sucks.
Yeah. You know what? They're embroiled with evil, Robbie. This is what they look forward to. I've realized that myself. We're young. We're young people. We are new in recovery. We are still trying to figure out who we are and what we like and what we want to like and all that. And if we focus so much on this nasty, we become nasty. And you were nasty. You were very, I get nasty too. So it's not that I was disappointed because I was hurt, because I'm like, wait a minute. Well, what did I do? You know what I mean? And I seen Siren write something earlier. Siren wrote, if Jessica would watch that video I emailed her about, she wouldn't have been shocked about this one. Well, just to be fair, Siren, again, I'm dealing with a lot of real life stuff right now. So I'm not really watching videos because I'm avoiding videos because, like Robbie said, they hurt.
Can I pause you really fast? Susan K., if Jessica was evil, she wouldn't be willing to have an adult conversation when we've had a big disagreement, because a lot of people on here can take notes from that. That's what needs to happen. It's called being an adult, not evil. Sorry.
I don't care if Susan thinks I'm evil. If she thinks I'm evil, I'm afraid for what she'll experience in real life, because there's some real life evil out there. Mm-hmm. But my biggest point being, they're not going to change, and you're not going to change them. But guess who is going to change? You, and for the worse. And is it really worth it?
Yeah, no, it's not worth it. And like, that's the problem with me is I have very logical thoughts in my head. And I give people, like, you know, I'll be like, oh, you know, you need to do this, or I give good advice, and I give it to myself, and I know exactly what I need to do. But it's like, I don't listen to myself. And if I did, I would be back to Robbie, back to me, back to, you know, everyone's like, oh, Robbie needs to change, or he needs to do this. It's like, you don't understand. I am a good person. I'm just going through a hard time, and you're witnessing it. But I'm tired of letting people witness it, because it again, they don't want to see that shit unless they're mean and they just enjoy watching people hurting online. But well, I am hurting.
Online? Why are you watching people hurt you online? That's what I don't click over and watch Natasha. I don't click over and watch Dorothy. I didn't even click over and watch you. I had to get sent the clip because I said, I'm not going to watch it. And I heard it, and I was like, wow, I wanted to respond publicly because I didn't feel comfortable emailing you at that point, or I would have. But is it an ego thing? And I don't mean that insultingly. Do you know what the deep root is as to why you need to hear what these people are saying about you? Or is it like a protection thing? So like you said, you're traumatized, which I get, because when I'm at my parents' house and I hear that phone ring, me and my son both clench up. We're nervous now. So I understand that. So is it like, if you hear what they're saying, you can be aware of what maybe they're planning on you and prepare yourself? Or
because, you know, even after after AJ contacted my attorney and found out he was real and she was blowing up his phone, she immediately went down to the courthouse and dropped it, because she knows she lied on the restraining order. I've proven that. And she did. She was going to get in trouble. So she dropped it. And the day she dropped it, she posted a video like, Merry Christmas, like it was a favor to me, even though she lied. And then she made a follow-up video saying, if you continue, you're going to need another $5,000 fundraiser, almost like it's a game to her.
Right.
So when someone goes into your real life like that, like you're like, you do get paranoid. Like, oh my God, like, why is this? It's harassment is exactly what it is. Like, why is this person continuing to do this? Just to say it bluntly, fuck off.
Right.
But as far as people, I mean, there's people that make tons of videos on me, and actually some of them are funny, and I don't care about that kind of stuff. But when it's starting to affect, and it could really affect my well-being outside of YouTube, that is a problem. and that's why I get curious about it. But like you said, why are you watching it? And I can make the problem worse by responding to it, because obviously these people are mad to begin with, and
Yeah, they want to
I'm
respond.
just making it worse.
I've noticed, so, and I did use this against you, and I probably shouldn't have, but I was hurt for it. So the only reason AJ and the other one and Dorothy, you know, they're all like teamed over there and they're all hyping it up. The only reason they're doing that is because I have supported you. Dorothy said I allowed an abuser into my chat room. I would like to remind everybody that Dorothy has welcomed Glenn onto her panel. Okay, so take that in and let it sink in. But I know just from me allowing you in my chat that AJ has said some of the most horrific things about me, my children. She has gone really far, and I haven't done anything to her. So I can only imagine if I gave her the response she wanted, how satisfied she would be to get that response from me. But she's not going to get it. You're not going to get it. And No Drama Llama, you're right. He did say, you know, would you speak to her one-on-one? And there is a lot of hurt. And Megan can attest to this. I said to Megan, I was considering reaching out to Natasha. And I said, but it would become content. And you know it would. And I'm not going to do that either.
Yep.
I will say about AJ, I experienced the same thing with her. The glare came up on my panel last night, and I don't even remember if we were talking about this or not, because I was not in a good state of mind. But
You are not.
no. But Glare,
Not AJ.
I was friends with him, and I was also friends with AJ. When they started fighting, and I still to this day, I don't even know what they were fighting about, and it wasn't any of my business. AJ was blowing up my phone, saying, "You need to support me, and you need to do this. You need to defend me." And I said, "I really don't want to be involved in it." The very next day, she made a video on her channel dragging me without saying my name, because she was saying the same stuff in the video she was saying in the text messages to me, just to block her. So I did. So I experienced the same thing. Since I allowed someone to be my friend, even though she didn't like them, she started dragging me. So it's a pattern for her. So I completely relate with you on that. And I'm sorry you experienced that because of me. But I experienced that because of the glare.
Yeah, and this sucks. And Robbie, so Cece's asking, can I ask why people attacked Robbie for making peace with Natasha and others? Why do people want hate to continue? Robbie, did I ever even say anything to you about making peace with Natasha?
No. I think I don't really know how you worded it, because I would have to listen to it again. But
I said
I think you just mentioned
the idea that he's mad at me for being in Kelly's chat as he made peace with Natasha on the day she's handing out my background is what I said.
I will say though, I've kept it all private between me and Natasha. The piece, like, I haven't even gone to her chats yet, because I don't even, I'll probably her community hated me as soon as me and her got in a fight, and that is the problem. Like, people, and that's the whole problem here. People don't have to just not go to chats because people are fighting. The whole point is, if you like someone and they're dragging that person in the chat, don't engage in it. It's very simple. But I have kept it very private, and I guess she mentioned it on her live stream, but it's been all through text messaging as far as our piece has gone.
Well, I want to ask this: how many of you knew that I reached out to Natasha twice with condolences? Did that ever get mentioned?
You even signed the kudo board.
I signed a kudo board, and I wrote on her wall. How many people knew that? Because it doesn't fit the narrative. So everybody that wants to be forgiven, and everybody that there's an alliance to be made with to take me down, has been made publicly known that they have gave condolences. But it won't be known that I did, because it doesn't fit a narrative. So this narrative that I'm this horrible, heartless person, it's just, and I also didn't go at her. I gave her piece. Literally, she came back gunning for me, and I didn't say a word to her. Well, you people knew, because I told my people. You think she told her people? No, it doesn't fit a narrative. So, and I seen Christina saying, I appreciate you taking a chance to get to maybe hear me a little bit, because I'm not a horrible person.
But Laura, I will say, when Natasha and I had our falling out, I was disappointed in many people who not only were in the chat, but were my friends. Scarlett, her and I used to talk outside. I was never Christiane's friend, but she, of course, everybody started talking horribly about me. And that's what I'm saying. You have to be careful and pay attention to this kind of stuff. And I was saying this about you earlier, Jessica. but because there were so many people that all of a sudden it's like, hold on a minute, you were so nice to me, and now all of a sudden I'm this terrible person that you knew all along that I was terrible. I'm not. I mean, you may have thought that, but that tells me more about that person than me, because that tells me the whole time you hated me, but you were just being fake. So but there were a lot of people, like Scarlett ghosted me. Not So Basic Brooke ghosted me for no reason. They never told me to even fuck off. They just ghosted me, and we had great friendships, and it sucks.
Right. So I know within my chat, a lot of people were hesitant on, because we see it a lot where people like leave and then they go back, you know. So I think people were kind of walking like maybe hesitant towards you. And I guess today wasn't very kind of what they were saying, and I'm sure it would hurt. And No Drama Llama, I would ask that she plays those screen recordings of me bashing her, and the one where I supposedly talked about her grandmother and anything else, because it didn't happen. Again, I was on the panel, but I didn't speak. The only thing I spoke was that I give my condolences, and that was it. I didn't go in with the laughter. I didn't joke around, nothing. I actually got off panel, if you want to be honest about it. I'm not this heartless person. I'm just, and you're not either, Robbie. But I don't think what other people understand. And you've been on here longer than me. And I am honestly. And I've said it. I've said it.
It's confusing
I understand why Natasha feels the way she does. I'm sorry. I had to get it out before I didn't get it out.
But people like, you know, in my experience, Lycan Theory has gone community to grow his channel. And earlier you had said something, it didn't upset me, but I'm like, dude, that's not true at all. Was, you know, by going into your community or somebody else's, so many people think that when you become friendly or enjoy a creator, that you're trying to grow your channel. But the thing is, like, I'm not going to grow my channel from communities that, you know, aren't watching me and say, oh, come over to my channel. I don't operate like that. I'm a subscriber and I'm a viewer too. I just so happened, because of Molly Go Lightly, that I started a channel, and it just happened that way. But
I said that to hurt you. I did.
No, I understand.
Because you said
I go to you because I like you and other people. I don't need to take people's subscribers and stuff, because you may not like my personality. Like you're over at Jessica's because of her. So that's what it's about. Like, I support people because I enjoy them. And that's
I agree.
that, period.
I agree. And I only said that because you made that comment about I made a channel to make money. I honestly didn't, but I'm not going to turn down the money. You know what I mean?
No,
and the money has been a blessing. It has, and I appreciate it. I appreciate all the support I've been given.
Just put your money aside for taxes, remember.
I know, and I have. I was so mad because I'm like, you think I don't know I'm paying taxes? It's America.
I got a big surprise this year, so I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
But see, that, I mean, I hope people can take this as an example that you can talk it out, because like I knew, and I immediately emailed you after listening to your live stream, but I'm an impatient Gemini, so you didn't respond right away. And I'm like, well, I guess I'm just going to respond to her the way she responded to me. But, you know, I started it by even mentioning it. And I'm sorry. I don't want you to not go to True Helper or Kelly, but
not participating in conversation about you. I get it. I seriously do.
But, you know, I do have my boundaries, you know, like you were saying earlier. If I saw anybody in Captain Kangaroos, I'd be like, yeah, fuck off. Because that entire channel is like 90 videos of me. It's ridiculous. So that kind of shit, that's my boundary. That's where I draw the line. I'm like, yeah, you're not right in the head if you enjoy content that bashes me 90 videos over, you know?
Well, and that's abusive anyway, because some of the things they say over there is really abusive, which is why I stopped going over there.
Mm-hmm. And I wish they would talk to me. Like, I don't want to be friends with them. They're always like, Robbie wants to be my friend, or BX is like, he wants a naked picture. No, he was dragging me about my health and all this. I'm like, let's see how healthy you are. And that's why I put the picture of me in my underwear.
I didn't know it was a health thing, and he was insulting you that way. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, so I said, go ahead, take a picture in the same underwear, and fucking let's see how healthy you are. And that was a dick move of me, but I mean, you're talking about me first. And again, I need to learn to zip my mouth and shut up and turn off whatever I'm watching, because it's shitty. Because
It
it's
is.
not like watching TV. This actually affects you, you know?
And it affects you even more when you know like 90% of it is fabricated, or when you know it's totally against who you are as a person, and you see all these people almost believe in it, and you're like, well, wait a minute, I'm not that, you know. So I get it. I wish I could help you in some way. I know I can't.
Well,
because
I know
I'm learning
how to help
myself.
myself. You know, I'm pretty good at that. I'm just I've allowed myself to get to a boiling point, which I could have controlled, and I decided not to control it. And I know what I need to do. Just I need to stop being an idiot. It's an idiot move to watch repeatedly hate videos on yourself. I mean, that's just, it's like self-harm. It's not healthy. So it's just, I got to a bad moment. And I think what frustrates me the most is seeing comments of people saying, this is a repeated pattern, or Robbie's never going to get better and stuff. It's like, I'm a good person. Like I'm so tired of reading shit like that, because just because I'm a work in progress and I have my bad moments, like I'm not a bad person, but these people tend to watch these videos and believe that instead of interacting with me. And I don't need to be these people's friends, but I've reached out to Captain Kangaroo. I've given him links. Like you don't need, if you have a problem, I'm one of those people where I'm like, okay, let's fix the problem. And then when that's denied, that's when I'm like, okay, motherfucker. And I need to stop doing that and just be like, okay, go be an asshole. And I'm just going to keep being myself.
That's what you need to do. Because guess what? They're not going to change. The only person, again, that's going to change is you.
Yeah.
And that's what they want. They want it. I see comments about like Dorothy didn't know what was going on with Glenn and me. Why the hell else would Dorothy suddenly reach out to Glenn? Please make that make sense. Come on. We got to use her noggin. She's an instigator, and she saw in her what Glenn did, and that's the first promise she has kept up to, or the first truthful thing she has said, is that she will find an abuser of mine and put them on a panel, and she did it. So good on you for finally being honest.
You know, and that's what my point, Jessica, is I emailed Dorothy when I saw she was talking all these lies about me, and I said, hey, you want to talk about it privately? I have never met you. I was very kind to her in the email. And of course, she blocked me. She blocked me from her chat, and she continued to go on her channel, talk about me. Not only that, but she said, Robbie was love bombing me, trying to be my friend. It's like, dude, making peace is not love bombing. We do not have to be friends. I would never want to be friends with somebody like her, but we don't have to fight either. But that's what she likes to do.
Well, she has to find somebody. So, after me will be somebody else, which really breaks my heart, because I just pray that they're in a position to handle what she is doing. And I honestly pray none of you that are supporting her find yourself in that position, because it takes one small thing with her. Because guess what? I don't even know what I did to her, Robbie. How about you? What did you personally do to her?
Apparently, I'm a woman abuser. I'm an attacker. I'm a stalker and a harasser of AJ. And that's
which is a woman, right? And she supports women. So Glenn, who has harassed, stalked, and threatened me, is welcome on panel. But you, Robbie, after all this time, you're still, you're blacklisted because AJ says so.
Right. And the thing is, when you tag somebody's name nonstop, and when you hit the @ symbol and hit @SaveRobbie, it goes into my notifications. So AJ does that almost on a daily basis in Captain Kangaroo, and then calls me a stalker for checking my notifications. It's like, hold on a minute. You're calling me a stalker for tagging me and me being curious about what you're saying about me. It's just stupid. I want nothing to do with AJ. It's been like that for a long time. I know maybe it doesn't look like it because I've responded to her, but and the thing is, I've said it's almost like having one of those crazy ex-girlfriends, except I'm gay. And I'm like, even my ex-boyfriends didn't act like this for this long. Right. It's insane.
And listen, reaching out to somebody because you can't handle their abuse anymore and trying to find any way you can to get them to stop, it's a healthy adult thing to do. Because me and you, we could have made 30 videos at each other. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't want to do that to you because I like you, even listening to you,
I know, because it hurt
and
me.
being angry. Yeah, I really do like you, and my mom loves you. She watches you more than she doesn't even watch me anymore.
It killed me when I seen her in the chat this morning. I'm like, oh, please, Joan, I don't want to do this. I didn't want to do it. I didn't.
Well, my mom, I introduced her to YouTube a while ago, and sometimes I regret it, but she's made a lot of good close friends here that she talks to outside of YouTube. So it is good for her, but it hurts her feelings. And she gets really defensive and sad and tells me, delete your account, and blows up my phone because she sees hate comments about me. And I can take most of them, but I'm not a father, but as a mom, she gets like mama bear and really upset about it.
Yeah, of course.
And that's why she can't watch.
Well, because she sees you almost tormenting yourself.
Yep.
And yeah. And then, and then you have the thing where they go at her, right? And it's like, wow.
Yeah.
And what is she? She goes around putting prayers and hearts and spreading positivity, and they still, want to go at her. And it's like, why though? Because you don't like Robbie? I would never disrespect your mom because if me and you had a falling out. Matter of fact, not gonna lie, your mom coming in is one of the reasons I was very hesitant. I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to disrespect her by disrespecting you.
Well, and also, a lot of people, I've seen them say,
but your mom said you were wrong.
Well, she tells me that all the time, but a lot of people will say about her, how could a mother watch their child when he's, terrible person like this and that? You have to understand, she's my mom and she loves me unconditionally.
Right.
Second of all, you don't see how she blows up my phone telling me how wrong I am.
Right.
And I just ignore. She'll call me and I'm like, I hit ignore, and she hates it because I don't want to hear it because, she's telling me exactly what I need to hear. And that's to log off all the time or ignore these people.
I think a lot of people have to slow down and remind themselves that behind each image you're looking at and every name that you're, at and at, imagine it was your mom. Imagine it was your child. Imagine it was your neighbor, your friend. If we treated everybody, including myself, I'm working on this, but if we treated everybody in a more respectful way, I mean, of course, calling somebody a bitch or this or that, that's going to happen. But if we kind of considered if it happened to us, how would it feel? Maybe we'd do it less. Like yeah. I still, even though all these people have gone real life on me and they're all over there dragging me right now, going real life on me, I'm not going to go real life on them. I promise you I won't. And I wish there would just be this thing where we understood where to draw the boundary, the line, the invisible line. This is YouTube. Shouldn't affect us like this in real life.
No. And that's when, when I log off, which I got to get off here in a few minutes, but when I log off and I'm a happy person, like I enjoy my own company. I wake up in a good mood, no matter what, if I go to bed in a bad mood and I'm happy. And it's just like a poison that seeps into your skin. Mm-hmm. So that's why, after I log off of this live stream, I really, really do need to, and I mean it, take at least a week and just be with God and reset my mind so I could get back to what I come on here for.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I always say it's like venom. Remember when the venom, like the little droplets go into the person, it slowly takes over their whole body and they turn to venom? Yes. I don't know, but that's what it reminds me of, because it's like a little drip. You don't even realize it. I'm like, here I am, like look shaming somebody, right? I wouldn't do that in real life. And then another drip. And then before you know it, you're right there with them. And it's like, why? I don't want to do this. I faced today. Can we all call a truce maybe for a week where I don't talk about you don't talk, nobody talks about anybody, and let's see who can stand at the end of the week.
Well, I can tell you, I'm not going to talk about you at all because, we communicated and spoke.
Right. Well, no, I just mean in general, if everybody could not talk about anybody for a week, maybe just do true crime or stream with your friends and just talk about days, anything, something positive for a week for the subscribers.
I did that about 3 years ago. I did that in the true crime community. I said, hashtag, what was it? The Save Robbie challenge, to where you say 3 nice things about somebody. Barely anybody. There were a lot of subscribers that did it, but no creators did it.
Right. That's how it is.
It's like, oh my God.
Well, what do you think? Because there is going to be an issue. There's likely going to be people that have an issue with you supporting who you want to support. How do you
Well,
think that would be manageable?
I'll tell you right now, it's the same way that it's the same thing that started this whole thing between me and you and Kelly and everybody. It's very simple. I do not want to support anything that would be mean or negative.
Mhm.
So just because me and Natasha made peace or you and I talked it out would not mean that I you know, you got to be careful of what you're supporting. I
Right.
support you guys as creators, but if I went into your stream and you know, you're doing your thing about Natasha, which you do sometimes about different people, then of course I'm not going to engage in that conversation because I have no further things to contribute to that since I've made peace. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
I get it. I get exactly what you're saying. So
And same with
you're going to
her.
gauge off
If she-
where you're at.
Yeah, and I mean, I haven't gone into her chat yet, but when I do, if it would be talking about you or anybody, just like Miss Portland doesn't even like me for no reason, but I love her. I secretly like fangirl and binge her videos because she makes me laugh.
She's funny when you're not the target. I'll tell you what, she is funny.
Yeah.
She says some funny things, but they're not okay things, right?
No.
So I almost wish it's because like we want to laugh because some of it, like, you know, I mean, man, she's swift on her feet, but they're cruel things. But at the same time, I just want to see her go through something happy because I noticed the minute it looked like Mrs. P was going to be welcome to my chat, vultures came down on her to weaponize her. And it's like, man, why are you doing that to her? Let the woman color. If we all collectively said we are going to support you from a distance and we stopped going in that chat and we stopped encouraging nasty words and nasty behaviors, this woman could have a happy, productive life. It's not fair to
she's
her.
adorable. Like, she's so cute. I just want to squeeze her cheeks. She really is cute.
I told
Siren.
her
Bless
she's
your heart,
like
Rob.
a swan. She's nice to look at from a distance, but if you get close, she will fuck up your shit.
She's adorable. I think she's cute. And you know, just like anybody else, Miss Portland is, you know, she's got a lot of growing to do, like a lot of us. And so, even though for some reason she doesn't like me, that's the whole reason I got to fight with Natasha to begin with. I was like, I don't support the bashing of her nonstop.
Right.
So I'm not gonna be in streams, and that's not just with you and Natasha. That's anywhere. I need to start being careful about what I'm listening to and where I'm at.
Yeah, it's true.
But I will still
Especially when it
support
comes to
people
yourself.
Yeah, if I like a person, you know, not everyone gets along with everyone. So if I like them, I'm going to support them. But hell, if they're making fun of somebody or whatever, everybody has to be careful about where they go. But even if you're going somewhere and being positive, you still get dragged.
That's true. That is true. Even if you don't participate in anything. And I know, and I wish for the subscribers' sake, we could stop all of us together right now. Say like, we don't care where you subscribers go. We don't own you. You're all adults, and kind of just let it be that.
Yeah. And I hate that word too.
Yeah,
because I am
Christina.
his bitch.
Yeah, you are my bitch. But I even hate that word, like subscribers, because it's weird. It's almost, you know,
Right.
because there's a lot of people
It's like
that are
sounds
friends.
belittling.
A little bit, yeah, but it's just, I mean, people are right when they're like, you know, the subscribers don't want to see stuff like this, or we ignore them and we get on our rants and they're like, hey, we're here to support you for your content. And here we are like in another rant again. And I've been doing that nonstop for quite a while now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
It's not what they're here for. I agree. I'm glad that we were able to talk it out, and you know, and my email's open for anything. If you have a concern, if you want me to be aware of something, if you just need somebody to talk to, yeah.
Well,
please.
I did tell you something in the email. I don't know if you checked it yet, but I kind of told you
when
what's
days
going
like today take off, my emails are so overwhelming.
Yeah.
Which is why when you were like, I emailed her, I did go and look, and I did see you emailed me.
Yeah.
But I didn't
And
open
Megan,
it yet. So it came on here.
Sorry, Megan, thank you for clearing that up too, because you know, it is hurtful when you see people that are kind to you and then all of a sudden you're confused of what they thought of you the entire time. And that's what I was seeing in your chat. I was like, but you know, it happens. People will be like, oh, I always knew Robbie was a terrible person. It's like, well, then why were you so nice to me all the time? Like, be real with people, you guys. Come on. I have no problem with anybody, and I have no reason to have a problem with most people that are like, oh my God, he's terrible.
No, I appreciate the conversation, and I felt bad when you were talking about that, because when Jessica does these streams during the day, I'm at work, so I'm listening most of the time, and then we'll just randomly comment, but I'm barely watching chat. Like, I try to, but try not to get caught by the boss and all. So
Yeah.
yeah.
No, and you know what? I mean, people, I just need to learn. I thought my skin was super thick, but apparently it's not as thick as it should be. But some of the comments I was reading in there, it was a trashing sobriety, or like Robbie's just drunk, or he should go get drunk. And that's why I told you, Megan, I was like, oh my God, you're not even like blocking these comments. And of course, Jessica didn't see them because she was speaking.
I was
and
on a
doing her
rant.
thing.
Yeah.
But,
I'm sorry.
You can't control that. It's so, but thank you, everybody. I'm finally going to go shower and get back to my life, and hopefully come back maybe in a week or maybe even 2, and just be in a better place.
Yeah.
Mentally.
You have to stop yourself before you really hit the ground, and you're aware that you're headed there, so you can definitely do it. You can do it.
Yeah. I mean, I enjoy my life and I'm happy, but this shit, I need to ignore all of you guys for a while. And not in a mean
I'm
way.
there with you.
No.
I even Siren's like, no, not me.
Well, not in our group chats and stuff like that, Siren. You're good.
I even
Or our
ignore the
private
group
DMs.
chats. I disconnect, and I'm like, they're like, are you okay? And I'm like, I'm here, but I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm here.
You just, I mean, it takes a reset sometimes. Like in a way, you are like doing a show for people. And that's why people do a season and then they take like a whole summer off and come back. And that's fake stuff. But
Right.
this is like reality TV. It really is. And it's not scripted. People keep using the word, oh my God, it's scripted. These people are faking. And dude, I would not want to fake so that you can go into my real life. I would never want to do that.
We were when we were just within this chat, Natasha said she's never done anything with my background, right? She's getting ready to show it right now. So for those, if any of them are still in here, that are Natasha's supporters, how can you see what just took place here in this conversation, and then she leaves to go do what she claims she doesn't do? That's all I want to throw out. And I don't mean to use your platform to do it. This is my mouth. You can't control what I was about to say. But the contradictions, the double standards, the irony of it all, the hypocrisy, it's overwhelming. It is. And yes, my name is Jessica, and I'm an addict with 2 felonies on my record.
My name's Robbie, and I'm a recovered addict from meth, and I'm currently stressed out and been drinking and smoking cigarettes, and I'm trying to get better. So fuck you, assholes. Please leave me alone.
They won't.
And I'm addicted to responding to people, which I need to stop doing that as well. I mean, there are times where a response is necessary, like with me and you, because you're able to work it out. And then there's some times where you have to clear up rumors about yourself. But then there are simply just people that the response is what they're looking for. And I think I've given that way too much to them the last 2 weeks. Yeah. In a really bad way. And I think the majority of my vocabulary involved the word cunt. So
yeah, it's an easy, strong, rah, you know what I mean? It's like one of those words.
It is. And, I often say that I don't want to hurt people's feelings. And then when I get in that moment where people are hurting mine, man, I need to work on not hurting theirs back, because I'm really good at hurting people's feelings. And that's not a good thing at all.
No.
It's a major flaw, and it gets me in trouble often, or it makes people angry to the point where they want to really mess up my life, and then they try to. So you got to be careful the way you respond. And I'm talking to myself when I say that.
It's the truth. It sucks, Robbie, that like right now you're just being really honest and raw, right? Mm-hmm. And as was I. And I said, I'm at a breaking point. They got me where they want me. And you did too. Yeah. And we collectively can stop. We can stop from hurting other people. But one person, as I stated, who claims that I do everything I can to hurt them, has seized this opportunity to go now and try to hurt me harder. She didn't care that I sat up here and said, I want it to end. You've gone really far. You've gotten me. You know, like,
Yeah.
but it doesn't matter but next time she cries victim, I just want people to remember these kind of things because these are crucial. They're not okay. If somebody's telling you they need a break, give them a break. I even gave her a break, for goodness sake. I felt horrible. She said she was
Well-
at a mental breaking point. I said, I can't do this anymore, guys. I'm giving her a break.
Well, the thing about breaks too is they're only healing for ourselves because I've done it so many times. And I'm like, I'm going to take a break. And I think a lot of times people think, okay, you're going to take a break and come back, and then the people are going to forget about you and stop talking about you.
Yeah,
Like, that's
I
what we
know.
hope.
What we
But the
hope.
thing is, when we come back from a break, we are the ones that come back in a
Right.
better mood and changed. But I mean, I've taken a couple of days, a week before, and it's like these people go harder when you do that. So when you take a break and you come back in that good mood, you're going to have to really control yourself not to snap again, because these people just go harder on you, and they don't
do.
want to see you in a good mood. So they're going to go harder. And just like Joyce Meyer says, new level, new devil. When you, like in a video game, each level gets harder. That's the same shit
Yeah.
as getting better in your life. You're going to get attacked worse.
That's
Every
true.
time.
And you know what? And the people that want to attack you, they're going to attack you no matter what.
Mhm.
So it would be easy for me to go live right now and scream and rant about this and show the hypocrisy. But I'm not going to do that because she wants that. Sometimes you have to starve them from attention. And I know you know that. And like you said, they're going to eat. If I log off for a week, they're still going to eat. They're not going to miss a meal. And and when I come back, they're staring at me like I'm dessert that they haven't had all week. So they go the hardest they can. And
That's
yeah,
a good analogy.
it is actually, because it's the truth. All I can think is the truth. And it's like, my God, these people are starving for content. And it's sad that they are. And I'm sorry that they are. But Robbie, you have actual content that you give at least 75% of the time. And that's what your members are here for. That's why they pay to be here. So,
Yeah.
you know, that's what I'm telling myself. My members, you know, they like when we have games. They like when we have fun. And they like a good shit fest every now and then. But none of them like this. I don't like that they're worried about me. I don't like that people are emailing concerned. And I don't want these people to worry about me, you know. So I'm going to stop bringing it to them.
I will say the only people that I really, in my mind, would want to stick around is those people that are okay with every emotion of mine. You know, not okay with my cunts, you know, screaming like that. But the only people I truly would want to stick around for my content, so to speak, is the people that understand that my channel it's about my life, or, you know, what I'm interested in, you know, paranormal stuff or true crime or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And if people are like, oh, I can't stick around for this, and it's like, well, that's okay. You know, we don't have to hate each other, but I'm not here to try to like be fake and please people.
I get it. I know. I say that, yeah, because sometimes they have a hard time and they say, you know, and I get it. And I respect when they tell me, like, Jazz, I didn't come here for that, because then we can be more mindful of it. But I also wish they'd be more mindful of the fact that we're human, is what pretty much you were saying, right? Like, listen, I'm human. I'm emotional. I like true crime. I like this, or, you know, paranormal.
I love funny shit. I love to laugh. Like, laughing is the best. And I've often seen people say, Robbie's not the same anymore. He's changed. He's not his fun self. It's like, I'm not. You're right.
No,
and I'm really sad. And I don't get sad often, but I'm sad lately and depressed. And I don't get depressed. So they're absolutely right.
We're human. We're human. It hurts.
It does. But again, we have to grow that thicker skin so that it doesn't hurt, and remember why we came here to begin with.
Well, that's what, you know, at this point, I think they've done the worst they could do to me. And I'm kind of glad it got out of the way at this point early on enough.
Yeah.
Because now it's like, you played all your cards. What are you going to do next? You know what I mean? You're exposing my background. I'll expose you. You want to go after my father? I'll help you. You want to dox my name? I'll tell my name. So it's kind of like they're going to have to dig really hard now because they used everything. So in a weird way, I'm like relieved, if that makes sense. Like, you got child services involved, so they can't get re-involved. They're already involved. You called the state on me. Great. You contacted my parents. You've doxed my parents. You've doxed. What else do you have? So I feel like I've gotten over like the biggest mountain, and I can just breathe now.
Well, and I do want to apologize about something else, because often people, they were saying it in your chat, as I was reacting to your video that Robbie lives in a basement with a hamster and his aunts. And I'm like, okay, first of all, it's not a basement. But yes, me and my aunt live together and we love each other. And I have a fucking hamster. So I was like, doesn't Jessica live in a basement? Because that's what I heard.
No,
So
I don't
wanted
live
to-
in it. I just stream from it. But even if I did, so what? I just said that today. It's a roof over our heads.
Exactly.
It's a
But I wanted to
blessing.
apologize for saying that because
Oh,
I
that's
saw the
okay.
dig at me. So I was like, fuck you guys.
Right. No,
No.
I get it. Because it's like, wait a minute, that bitch is streaming from a basement right now. How dare he is, you know? I get it.
But
Yeah.
again, like the thing is, even if that were the situation, like people often say, you know, that I live with my aunt because I'm a loser or whatever. But I live with my aunt because I went through a terrible, well, it was a good relationship. Cody's amazing. And I ruined it by doing drugs behind his back and cheating and stuff. And we ended up ending our relationship and I moved out of our house and I moved in with my aunt. So people often, you know, they'll be like, oh, you're a loser. But you guys have to remember that not everybody's perfect like you guys. If you are rich or live in a big house and have this education or whatever it is, that's not going to make you a good person.
Right.
Yeah, I've been through a hard time and, you know, financially or whatever, it's been a situation that I've gone through that I'm working through and I'm almost 40 and I feel like a loser sometimes, but I'm really responsible and have a great career and all that stuff. So
right.
it's not gonna
And
hurt
listen,
me.
the economy out here is messed up, but in other cultures, I spoke about this today, it is very common for generations to live together. And let's face it, you're blessed that you can live with your aunt. You're blessed. I don't care if people want to believe I live with my parents. I hope I live a good life with them. If you want to believe I don't, great. I'm not going to fight tooth and nail to prove any of it because basically that's what they want us to do, right? Well, prove it. Prove you're not in a basement or prove you don't live with them. How, by doxing myself? It's just stupid. It's like, listen, a home's a home's a home, and it's not the size of it, the shape of it, where it's located. It's the people within it. And if you got your aunt in there with you, it's better than living alone.
You know, I've told her a million times, I'm like, you know, I'm gonna save up, get my own place. She's like, no, and
No, right.
because we're best friends. But even if I was a loser and stuff, like let's say I was a terrible addict and couldn't control myself, and that's the reason, you know, I'm mooching off my aunt stuff. It's like, so you're gonna throw that in my face when I'm hurting? That's
Right.
basically what people are doing when you say stuff like that. And thank you, Karina. But
They do. It's because you're hurt and they want to see you hurt. And it is, it's truly sad. I mean, in some ways you got to pray for these type of people that are so like, trivial that they think like, oh, well, he lives in a basement or, oh, she lives with her parents. Like that makes us, frowned upon or lesser than you.
well, and can I just say that most of my trolls that come from the rambling community should know that I don't live in a basement because Two Scooter did a virtual tour of my home off
That's
of one
creepy.
of those websites of whatever it is,
Yeah.
real estate. And I'm like, why would you even do that? And they're like, oh yeah, before he put that fake brick up, it looked a lot better. And it's like,
I
why are
remember
you in
that.
my bedroom?
I remember that. That is so weird.
Yeah,
And
like,
fancy
what is-
pants. And I do owe this to my mods, Robbie. I tell my mods not to delete comments,
Mhm.
even comments about myself. So that I'm gonna have to talk to them, and we're gonna have to at least put a boundary. Our only rule is no real names and no children. And I don't think that's enough at this point. I think we need to lay down some more, and we will, because nobody, you know, even like I said earlier, things that were being said about Alicia that day on my panel, they were brutal. They weren't kind. And she said horrible things about me too. So that's how I was justifying it. But in reality, they weren't okay. So I gotta allow them to do better. It's not my mods, it's me. I
Yeah,
just
not
wanted to be
everybody.
a place where everybody could talk and say how they felt. But
Yeah.
that's not realistic at this point.
And we don't catch everything. I mean, to be honest, those last 2 weeks, I have barely, like, I've been in my car ranting or, you know, just on here, and I haven't looked at anything. And you feel bad because people are saying stuff to you, but, you know, I've gone on rants, so I haven't caught most stuff if people were saying mean stuff about other people. But
Yeah.
then again, so was I.
Right, exactly. I'm guilty of it. We're all guilty of it. But
Mhm.
I'm glad that you allowed me up here and we could,
Of course.
because I know
And-
you're exhausted. I'm exhausted, and I don't want to do this with you. I don't want to fight with you.
Yeah, I mean, I was so stressed the other day that literally I took some sleeping medication just to sleep, and I slept all day until like 7 p.m.
I knew that's when you woke up because you responded to my comment, and then you emailed me, and I'm like, I know he must have had a long night because he's just getting up, which is good.
No, that was the other day. Today
I
did almost the same thing. I think I woke up at like 6 today, but yeah, it's just, you guys, we need to, I think communication sucks in this community. And if people did that more rather than screaming or going back and forth and not actually reaching out to each other, then you'd be able to have a decent conversation like you and I did. And Megan, thank you for that.
I think some people though, Robbie, they don't want adult conversation. A lot of people are angry that we're having this conversation, and that's okay. It's a shame for
anybody who has a problem with peace, they are the problem.
No, that's my sentiments. Yeah.
Yeah. And if you get mad, like, again, I wouldn't get mad if you made up with somebody, with Dorothy. I wouldn't get mad about that, but I would get mad if you started talking shit about me with her. It's common logic.
Right. Yeah, there was a mutual creator I considered a friend that was on Dorothy's panel quite a few times when she was dragging me, and it hurt. It didn't hurt enough to bring it to the public, to all of you, but it does. It's like, wow, and you learn not to trust people on here, which hurts the most. I don't want to learn that, but I'm learning it. And you've been here longer, so I'm sure for you, something as in hindsight, me being in the chat was so much bigger because you felt that type of betrayal before.
Yes. But there are wonderful people. Like Lokamai has the password to 2 of my channels. She helps me with my emails. Like, there's wonderful people on here, and I would never give my password to anyone, but Lokamai, I mean, she's amazing. Got Siren over here, my little bitch, and like we have our little we have Cantina on Friday nights in our secret little club, and it's fun, and it's fun, and there are really good people on here, and that's what I really need to start focusing on more, because
the good. Yeah,
I'm ignoring positivity willingly. It's not like I can't control it. If I put my mind to it, I can control it, and I truly need to stop clicking on people like Captain Kangaroo and BX and all them, because the majority of it is just gaslighting and false. And when I watch it, I want to correct them. I don't need to correct them. I just need to keep being myself and do that. And if you like me, you like me. If you don't, I really don't give a shit. And if you're my friend, don't be a backstabber.
Right.
It's very simple.
It's pretty simple.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is how things get twisted. I didn't say I privately sent out condolences. Well, I mean, and I guess they could be considered privately. One was through the Kudo bar. Then neither are private. I explained both ways I did so, but yeah, that's why people go look for things for yourself. Even if I say something, go check for yourself.
Yeah. Well, and a lot of people clip stuff so that maybe you sound like you're saying something you're not. What were you saying, Siren? Were you saying something, Siren?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
No.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to hop off. I appreciate you, Megan. I love you. Thank you for always being. Megan is such a, she sees from every perspective, and it's a blessing. I wish more people saw things that way and sought things out that way. Be a better place. YouTube would be a better place.
Yeah. Well, thank you. And yeah, Megan, I thought you were going to
Thanks.
come up here yelling at me, and I appreciate how calm and just peaceful you were.
Thank you. No, I enjoyed this conversation. Thanks for actually asking me to come up, because
Yeah.
it's,
Sorry,
it's
me and
hard
Granny
in
were
comments.
talking the whole time, but
I'm used to it.
I would love to host Megan or give her my platform to kind of speak to subscribers as a subscriber. I think that would be amazing.
yeah.
Well, thank you.
Like, you can go rally up all the thoughts of the people and be like, I'm going to town hall for us. What do you want? They're like, we want peace.
Not everybody does.
I just want to do a loyalty panel. We need to do that.
Yeah, we do. Wouldn't it be great if we could get one loyal subscriber from each creator?
Mhm.
And
I got plenty to offer on that one.
that would be
Sure.
cool as like a spokesperson, and just let you guys speak it out, not us, just you subscribers, give your point of view of why your person is correct or wrong, and get like I like that a lot.
That's a really good idea, and I think that could be a really good conversation.
Yeah, because I think we are told that we should hate people, you know, like, oh, well, that Renee's a Natasha supporter. I only use you, Renee, because you were in the chat room. So automatically it's like, well, nobody likes Renee. But why not even know Renee?
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah,
I
and then
think
that
it's a good
way,
idea.
you know, it's not the creator trying to defend themselves and make themselves look good. It would be just their subscriber, you know, in a different point of view, and then that would be really interesting. You need to set
from
that
a
up
less
for sure.
personal point of view where they can actually speak and not get upset. And
Yep.
I like
And you
it.
don't have all the emotions that us creators have where we're crazy.
Right.
Or we could just go on Family Feud.
Family Feud.
Or Celebrity Deathmatch. That would be fun.
That would, we were talking about that. We were like, we need to have like mud wrestling or something.
Hold on. Before we go, who would be your ultimate match versus in Celebrity Deathmatch that you'd want to see from this community?
Ooh. That I want to go toe to toe with, or see them go toe to toe with each other?
See somebody else go toe to toe. Like,
Oh.
who would you choose that you'd want to see? Mine would be Molly Golightly and Laura.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Natasha versus Whiskey OG and Recliner Wars.
Ooh.
Wait, is that 3 people?
Yeah, was that 3?
That's a
No,
whole
they have
group.
to each be in a recliner, and they go jousting.
Justin. I think I would kind of want to see. I mean, obviously, I want to see my 2 enemies. I want to see them fight for that the real crown. They both want to be the queen. Who will come out on top?
I was
Which
thinking that
ones?
too.
Oh, Dorothy and Natasha. I kind of would want to see them too.
Ooh,
Yeah.
That's a
Fight
good
for the
one.
queen title. What about you, Megan?
That's who I thought you took my guess.
Yeah.
My choice there.
Oh, NC first MRB. Yeah.
I almost said that, but
You couldn't.
no, because people think you're attacking.
Jessica's
Mommy
like, I
Ramblings
can.
again."
I can. I'll say it.
Hell, just put me versus Mommy Ramblings. I'm just kidding.
I know, right? I mean, seriously, but wouldn't it be like, is that like, what do you like? Is sometimes you want to scream, like, is that what you want from me? You know, and again, I hate to repeat myself, but I do understand why Natasha is Natasha now. I don't understand like what she's doing right now. Like, we just made a little leadway. What the fuck you doing back? But I understand why she's as abrasive and nasty and I kind of do. I don't know. It sucks when you have all these channels coming at you. And I was saying that in the beginning that a lot of channels were jumping on the hate Natasha bandwagon because it was like a happening thing to do at that time.
Mhm.
Within a small community, like all these little channels were popping up, like little flower buds. And I imagine that does hurt, man. I do. I get it.
Well, I've even made a settle kind of piece with Marissa and have gone in her chats a couple of times just to say I'm praying for Princess, because Marissa, again, just like Natasha, is like an older sister to me, and we don't get along, but you know, there's still that love there.
You care
That
about her,
never goes
right?
away. Yeah. And I'm so tired of people saying Robbie's just like Natasha. It's like I don't even know how to respond to that, because there are negative qualities I see in myself and Natasha and everyone else. It's like, just look at me for the person I am and actually stop watching clips of Jessica, Natasha, and like decide for yourself. Yeah, we could be crazy sometimes, but that really doesn't define who we are. You know, and when we fight with somebody, all we really see is the bad side of them.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
all you see. You don't really want to look at their positive side. And I think if people did that, they would start being a little bit more happy.
I agree. I think people would be a lot more happy.
Mm-hmm.
Or mud wrestle. Come on, which one? Let's go.
I would like to mud wrestle with David Beckham. That's
David
what I would like to do.
You know what? I always had a thing for Gerard Butler, and I don't know why. Even the name, I
Oh.
just like the ring of the name. The
That
last
is a good
movie he
name.
was in, I don't recall the name. It was like the world's falling apart type movie. He wasn't that good looking, but the old one,
Okay, I can't watch. There was an Anne Hathaway interview the other day. I was like, I can't watch her or see her without thinking of you now, because you look just like her. Seriously.
I wish I looked like her.
Crazy. No, you
That was
really do.
great.
It's crazy. Oh, look, there's Jimmer. All right, guys. Well, I need to go.
Yes,
I have a
thank you.
shower head to install in my aunt's shower because I have to be a handyman, and then I'm going to take a shower and get my day started at 8:30 p.m. because I have a lot of crap to do. And I put it off all week. So
Yeah. Well, it's good. Good place to start. Shower, catch up
Mhm.
on the things you've been missing and pick yourself back up. It's a new day.
Oh yeah, like, and Carol, of course. When you look at Carol, all of your troubles disappear, and when you hold her, she is the sweetest creature in the world. So
That's how I feel with my kids. I know it
Yeah.
reminds you that life is short, man, and we're blessed. We're blessed. YouTube is cursing us, but we are blessed everywhere else. So focus on that for a while, and
yeah,
I'll pray for you.
thank you. That helps the best. And Megan or Siren, did you have anything else to say? Did you want to tell us to shut up?
No. I'm gonna be praying for you too.
Thank you.
I really hope that this break helps and you're able to get back on track and feel better.
Yes, and it's going to be an actual break now, like not what I've done the last 2 days, and come right back. And Lokamai, every time, my Lokamai is the best. She's like, Robbie, you don't want to do this. Don't do this. Just call me or this or that. And Lokamai, I love you and thank you for keeping me sane. All of you and Siren.
May I ask you one quick question, Robbie? Would you
Sure.
maybe consider talking to Lycan? Because I thought he was a big asshole too. And he may
Well, of
be.
course.
I like to be optimistic, so he may be. But would you maybe consider speaking to him, rather it be through email or on a panel or?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing with him is Lycan was incredibly nice to me. Like almost, and I don't say this to be mean, Lycan, but almost in an ass-kissing way. He belongs to a community that's very, I mean, it's funny. It's almost like Howard Stern, and they argue. And he was like just kissing my ass nonstop and being nice. And all of a sudden, he is saying stuff. So it's confusing to me because I'm like, wait a minute, what?
Right.
And I've seen him go from creator to creator, just from my observation, and doing really weird stuff. Like he'll support them, but then he'll turn around and make bashing videos of them. But yeah, of course,
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess he's just
it.
confusing. I'm confused by his behavior or interactions with me, which that's it. But of course, yeah.
Well, and there's
I'll talk to
always
him.
that fear as creators, like, are people using us to grow their channel? Do they really like us? Or they? So I understand that, and that is weird if he's going creator, and doing things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I don't want to talk horribly or like get into that. It's just my observation. So yeah, like, and I'm just confused by our interactions because I thought it was fine. And then it's confusing to me when it's not, especially when you haven't done anything to somebody. So, but
Yeah,
yes,
I get it.
I will absolutely talk to him through email or whatever.
Yeah, just to see what the
Mhm.
issues are, because I know he was, probably angry that he was blocked right away when he came in.
Oh yeah,
I
I mean,
understand it's your
the reason
space.
I did that is because all the comments I've seen of him talking about me lately were extremely disrespectful, talking about my sobriety as well. So that's why I was like, yeah, don't even come in here because that's all he's going to do. That's why I blocked him right away.
I understand. You don't even have to explain it. It's your place, your space, your house.
Yeah. And I usually don't do that. That's the only person I blocked in this entire chat.
And you got to follow your instinct. If your gut's telling you there's something eerie, then that's what it is.
Yeah.
I get it.
You just got to be careful.
Careful out here in these streets. All right. Well, thank you, Robbie. I hope you enjoy your shower and you feel a little bit better. I know I do. And yeah, I adore you, Megan. And thank you, Siren. And chat. Have a great night.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Bye, Megan. Bye, Granny. You have anything else to say, Siren?
Yeah, I'm good. Just
I
waiting
love
for
you,
those-
Siren.
Waiting for those photos of you wearing nothing but a tool belt.
Oh yeah, wasn't I talking about that last night?
I don't think so.
I think the tool belt came up at some point, but yeah. But thank you for coming up and being supportive. And I'm gonna go get my life
You
together.
were having a moment, and I was actually hanging out in the backstage area for about 20 minutes, and you had no idea that I was back
Really?
there. Mhm.
Just on this stream?
Yeah, no, I just hadn't hit the Enter Studio button. I
Oh.
grabbed the StreamYard link before while it was there, just in case you might
Okay.
need
I was
support.
like, you were back there that long, and I didn't let you up.
Mhm.
All right. Well, I love you. Thank you,
Love you too.
you little bitch. Do you need a frame for your picture? No, Melody. Oh, darn it, Melody. I'm sitting here with my shirt off and like pretty much naked. Or I'd turn on my light or my camera, but Megan got me a Nev Campbell autographed picture. So yes, I'm definitely gonna frame it. And I'll show everybody soon. All right, Siren. Well, I love you.
Love you too.
And thank you guys for putting up with the nonsense, but at least there was a positive resolution to it. So I appreciate that, and everybody that was a part of resolution and peace. And to the people that aren't, eat a dick. All right, Siren. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Love you. Have a good one.
No chance. No